Chapter 473, A Destined War. Face-off between Qin Feng and the Yin Yang Elders. Chapter 473, A Destined War. Face-off between Qin Feng and the Yin Yang Elders. Shroom. To everybody's amazement, a strong gale blew and carried Ma Tao from the gate with great speed. He was a blur before their eyes and arrived in the center of the parlor within the time frame of a beating heart. At his two sides stood two men clad in black robes and bamboo hats. "Thank goodness you're back at last, Tower. Who are they? Are they the two masters you've been mentioning?" Ma Long's eyes were brimming with expectancy when he saw Ma Tao. Emotional tears leaked from the corner of his eyes as he had finally secured his petty life. "Dad, they are the custodians of the poison sect. Both of them are extremely powerful martial artists. They'll make sure this kid will regret causing so much trouble for us." With two custodians of the poison sect at his side, Ma Tao was no longer afraid of Qin Feng. Arrogance instantly took over his mind as he looked at Qin Feng with disdain. "Haha, excellent. Custodians, I'll leave that brat to you too, then. Once you've gotten rid of that brat, we'll host a grand feast for you too." Since Ma Tao praised their great strength a lot, Ma Long was confident in the two custodians. All of the Ma family members heaved a long sigh of relief. Then, with their eyes full of contempt, all of them looked at Qin Feng as they eagerly expected the bloody, gory scene in which Qin Feng was thrown here and there in the parlor by custodians, utterly and completely unable to fight back. "Yo, long time no see. Why did you veil your face since it's already nighttime now? Could it be that neither of them has the face to see people because you two have done so many virtuous things?" Qin Feng gave a hearty laugh. He didn't fear either of the two custodians in the slightest. The two custodians of the poison sect were none other than the Yin Yang Elders that Qin Feng had engaged before. Both of them were Stage 6 Inner Qi Masters. Before, Qin Feng wasn't their opponent. However, he had broken through to Stage 4 Inner Qi, and he could unleash the full potential of Wind Blade technique. Hence, their arrival did not make him flinch in the slightest. "What? You know these two people as well?" The revelation was simply too stunning that it almost sent Ma Tao to the ground. Qin Feng had effortlessly scared away the four talents of Sky City. What would happen to them if the Yin Yang Elders was scared away by him as well? Ma Tao soon regained his composure. The four talents were muggles and never did they once cultivate the martial art, so it was very much expected when Qin Feng scared them away. However, Yin Yang Elders was different. They were the custodians of the notorious poison sect, extremely powerful and well-versed in all sorts of poisons and venoms. It wouldn't be possible by any stretch of the imagination that Qin Feng would be able to scare away such great figures. Never. "Custodians, that brat, who displayed a haughty manner over there, is our target tonight. Let's kill him right here and right now." Yin Yang Elders ignored Ma Tao and glued their gazes at Qin Feng with their malformed faces. They couldn't believe that the victim that they were asked to get rid of was yet again Qin Feng. 4 months ago, together with Su Qiu Yu's second uncle and third uncle, the Yin Yang Elders instigated a rebellion by drugging Su Haonan in order to get the Su family's heirloom, the 100-year Blood Lotus, and take over the Su family. They never expected that Qin Feng would get in their way and lay waste to their well-cherished plan. During their fight, Qin Feng released Little Pig as his last resort. With his fireball technique, Little Pig turned both of the two men of fire, which left them no other options but to release their poisonous venom moths. All of their hard-grown poisonous venom moths had been burned to crisps in an instant, so how could they not resent Qin Feng? 4 months had passed, and when the Yin Yang Elders got wind that Qin Feng was dead, they then returned to Sky City to complete their unfinished task, steal the Su family's 100-year Blood Lotus. It was just before they could put their plan into action that Qin Feng appeared again. What a plague god! A war would definitely ensue when two opposition parties met. Now, the Yin Yang Elders' eyes went bloodshot while glaring at Qin Feng menacingly as if they wanted to shred Qin Feng into 1,000 pieces and swallow him. "So the supporter the Ma family has been talking about is you two? What a disappointment!" Qin Feng smiled a Cheshire smile while exchanging glares with the duo. The Yin Yang Elders' anger had robbed them of their ability to speak, So all they could do was stare at Qin Feng. Ma Tao, who wasn't aware of the acrimony between the parties, then spoke, "Humph, you're really good at blowing your own horn, and I bet nobody would be able to defeat you when it came down to acting pretentious. An ignorant fool like you trying to defeat 2 custodians of the poison sect? Humph, in your dreams. How can you be so sure that I can't defeat them? Let me tell you, we've fought twice, and both times they lost." Black Turtle almost corroded the Yin-Yang elders with her poison bubble during their first confrontation at the mountain resort. During their second confrontation, the Yin-Yang elders were almost burned to crisps by Little Pig. Qin Feng felt their luck was truly bad when he recalled both fights. "Oomph, words alone are not proof. I'll never believe that you could defeat the Yin-Yang elders." Clear enough. Ma Tao did not believe in Qin Feng's remark as he continued to brag about the Yin-Yang elders' prowess. The faces of Yin-Yang elders were completely veiled in darkness. This was because what Qin Feng had said was the truth, and Ma Tao's bragging was like a hand slapping at their faces. "You stupid moron. Shut up and step aside." The Yin elders had reached their tipping point. He kicked Ma Tao and sent him flying. Ma Tao yelled in fear when he was flying, and before he could react, he had landed on a pillar in the parlor and passed out. "Qin Feng, you've long become the most wanted person on the poison sect's hit list. We gave up searching you because we thought you were dead, but since you've sent yourself to us now, you indeed have saved us plenty of time." Yin elder knew how great Qin Feng was at talking. This fellow could raise the dead and cause a powerful inner Qi master to blow up due to anger with just his mouth. Hence, the Yin elder decided to make his move first. He shoved his palm forward and yelled, "Let's go." Suddenly, a burst of wind blew into the parlor as the Yin-Yang elders turned into 2 black shadows. Both of them arrived in front of Qin Feng in just a blink of an eye. Qin Feng raised his left hand, and 2 white rays of light flashed through the air while he used his right hand to push Su Xiatian to a safe spot. Shroom, shroom. 2 sounds of wind slicing through the air sounded out. The Yin-Yang elders intercepted the wind blades with their own body as a cold sneer wiped across their lips. "Humph, we won't be fooled by the same trick twice, you stupid fool." While the palm. Both of them knew Qin Feng's windblade technique could do anything without causing any damage from their previous fight at the Su family's old mansion. Hence, they did not move an inch to evade the attack. Pfft. The sound of wind blades cutting through flesh resounded as the Yin-Yang elders immediately withdrew their attack. They returned to the parlor with a black flip and stared dazedly at the large wounds on their bodies. How is that possible?" the Yin-Yang elders screeched. Never did they expect that Qin Feng's wind blades technique would become so powerful to the extent that it could threaten their lives. "Why is it not possible? Do you think I really can't defeat you? I just didn't want to kill you last time." Qin Feng was in his 7th heaven. He always wanted to find out how well his wind blade technique would fare against a martial art master. Now, it seemed to him that with the wind blade technique at his disposal, a stage 6 inner Qi master would no longer be much of a threat to him. Hiss. The Ma family members were taken aback at Qin Feng's strength. They never knew the young lad in front of them could easily injure 2 custodians from the poison sect. They really had meddled with the wrong person this time. Release the poisonous venom moths. Let them bite him to death. Qin Feng's wind blade technique unsettled the Yin-Yang elders. The wind blade technique was too strange. It had no form, no smell, no sound, and you could not see it clearly where it came from. Swoosh! The Yin-Yang elders suddenly leaped into the air. Their robes bulged and dozens of rainbow-colored moths came out from their sleeves one after another. The moths were as large as normal chicken eggs, and soon enough, hundreds of moths had flown out from their sleeves and filled the upper air of the parlor. After releasing the moths, the Yin-Yang elders pulled out clarinets from their sleeves and started to play a weird, eerie melody. Once the melody was played, the hundreds of poisonous venom moths became agitated and stormed towards Qin Feng. A green slimy liquid, which Qin Feng surmised was poison, could be seen dangling from the corner of their mouths, seemingly ready fire at Qin Feng at any moment. "Wow out, big brother Qin Feng. yelled Su Xiatian in worry after she'd gotten goosebumps from the poisonous venom moths that filled the whole upper region of the parlor. Shroom, 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 shroom. Qin Feng's moved his hand nimbly through the air almost at the same time when Su Xiatian warned him, shooting white rays of light into the air one right after another which dissipated in the next instant. Poof, poof, poof. The wind blades intercepted the poisonous venom moths in the air and destroyed dozens of moths in their path. Qin Feng released dozens of wind blades in a quick succession, and within a blink of an eye, more than half of the poisonous venom moths were dead and fell to the ground in the parlor. The foul smell permeated the air of the parlor, and the people inside the parlor almost choked to death. How dare you kill my poisonous venom moths? The hundreds of well-fed poisonous venom moths were once again annihilated by Qin Feng with little to no effort. Growing angry, the young elders freaked out, disregarded the irregular wind blades, and shoved their palms toward Qin Feng. Shroom, shroom. The wind blades rose again, blinking and dazzling in the gloomy night. The young elders had learned their lesson. The instant they saw the white rays, they quickly surrounded their bodies with a layer of inner qi, and to their delight, they successfully neutralized the wind blades technique. Haha, indeed, it was a feint. We were too careless. Brat, drop dead now. The young elders exulted when they realized that they could dissolve the wind blade technique if they shielded their body with a layer of inner qi. On the other hand, Qin Feng was stunned. He never thought a thin layer of inner qi was all it took to dissolve his wind blade technique. So I still need to run for my life the next time I encounter a stage 6 inner qi master. Bang! Seizing his golden opportunity, the elder arrived in front of Qin Feng when he wasn't paying attention and sent a palm strike at him. The azure battle armor appeared with 2 hooks pointing straight to the heavens. Qin Feng got up from the floor and remained totally unscathed from their attack. What the fuck? Where did this brat get that armor? When did he put it on? The young elders were flabbergasted. They found out that Qin Feng always had something up his sleeve when he was in a life-or-death situation. Qin Feng wore the sacred azure battle armor and bounced into the air. With the spear of rat halos in his hand, he thrust it towards the duo. Go to hell. The spear of rat halos pierced through the air and waves of explosions sounded out. The young elders were not frightened. They clasped their palms together, and to Qin Feng's surprise, they stopped the spear of rat halos from moving forward. Bang! The elder intercepted the spear of rat halos, while the young elder followed up with a sneak attack. Young elder thrusted his palm at Qin Feng's pecs and sent him flying again. Chapter 474, Showdown Between 3 Poison User. Chapter 474, Showdown Between 3 Poison User. Thump. The palm strike of young elder was filled with a tremendous amount of inner qi. He'd sent Qin Feng slamming into the large mahogany door and shattered it. Qin Feng slowly rose to his feet, his eyes brimming with astonishment because that attack had revealed young elder's current strength. He had broken into stage 7 inner qi. Everything was made clear to him now. No wonder the wind blades did so much less damage to the young elders. They'd become stronger, too. God damn it. Why is this brat so damn tough to defeat? Doesn't he feel any pain? The young elder's gaze darted between his palm and the unscathed Qin Feng, and he began to doubt his own life. The astonishment that filled the elder's eyes soon ceased to be visible. He then jumped into the air with a hop and vanished from his original spot. I don't believe it. I don't believe you can't die. While my palm. The surroundings were pervaded with coldness before the elder appeared. Qin Feng had roughly found out that the attribution of both elders and young elders' inner qi after they had exchanged blows with them a couple of times. The inner qi of the young elder was made of pure yang energy which produced a scalding hot sensation while the elder's inner qi was made of pure yin energy which produced a cold energy in your body and froze you inside out. Bang! Undoubtedly, his attack was successful. It landed on Qin Feng and yet again sent him flying through the air. This attack had laid bare yin elder's current strength too. Similar to young elder, he had broken into stage 7 inner qi as well. The sacred azure battle armor was a blue-grade armor. With it, there wouldn't be any chance that the Een Elder could harm him. Seeing Qin Feng once again rise to his feet unscathed, the Een young elders were flabbergasted. Rumble. An explosion suddenly sounded out from Qin Feng as his eyes went bloodshot. He had initiated his hyper-intuition. Once the hyper-intuition kicked in, Qin Feng's six senses would be heightened tenfold for the following 30 minutes, making everything moving as slow motion in the movies. It's my turn now, you bloody geezers. As he finished his sentence, two wind blades shot out. Shroom, shroom. Qin Feng became a blur, and before the Een young elders could react, he had arrived behind them. Bang, bang. An orange light instantly illuminated the night sky. Qin Feng had equipped his winter iron glove and punched the Een young elders twice. The Een young elders evaded Qin Feng's wind blades technique, but they could not remove themselves from the course of Qin Feng's Thunder Tiger fists. The fist energies released by the Thunder Tiger fists roared like a tiger and made a successful impact with the Een young elders, sending them flying away. Bang, bang. When they were flying through the air, Qin Feng caught up to them, sent yet another two fists at the duo's stomachs, and propelled them even higher into the sky. How could that be? How did he suddenly become so fast? Not only has his speed gotten faster, but his responsiveness, agility, and stature have all been boosted. He still has plenty of aces up his sleeve. The Een young elders' faces were veiled with expressions of disbelief. Flying through the air, they were in a situation in which they could not take a defensive stance or change direction. They were left defenseless, and they could not do anything but whine grief as Qin Feng followed with a barrage of attacks. It's weird. His inner chi isn't in line with his speed. I guess he's at most at stage 5. Quick, protect your body with your inner chi, so he won't be able to harm us. Very soon, the Een young elders had thoroughly analyzed Qin Feng's current condition, and they realized that Qin Feng was merely a paper tiger. He appeared threatening but was actually ineffectual. Qin Feng had realized the same thing as well. The Een young elders had broken into stage 7 inner chi, and in the face of such powerful opponents, he could not leave even a single dent on their body. Qin Feng sent the Een young elders into the air 10 meters above the ground within half a minute. However, he did not continue his attack after returning to the ground and allowed the Een young elder to fall towards the ground at full speed. A ducat. When the young elder almost touched the ground, Qin Feng suddenly performed a shoryuken and sent the young elder flying again. A ducat. The Een elder was given the same treatment as well. At this moment, Qin Feng remembered a fighting game he enjoyed playing with Zhao Lingxian when they were small. Every time the avatar controlled by Zhao Lingxian was on the verge of defeat, she would cry every single time. As a result, Qin Feng had to stop his own avatar and allow Zhao Lingxian to kill him. Only then would a smile shine on her face, and she would be happy for the rest of the day. There was one avatar in the fighting game that every time he executed the shoryuken, he would shout, "A ducat! A ducat! A ducat!" Qin Feng was having a great time tousling the Een young elders. He would punch them into the air when they were falling down, again and again without stopping. Thanks to the hyper-intuition, Qin Feng had reached his top speed. Every time the Een young elders attempted to retaliate or escape, he would neutralize their attack and re-CA them with a punch. The damage done was almost negligible, but the Een young elders were infuriated at the fact that Qin Feng was toying with them. "Shameless weasel, can you stop now?" The Een young elders shouted as their mouths went crooked. Okay. Qin Feng did stop, and he changed to kicking them. "A do kick. A do kick." The Een young elders' faces turned dark as the bottom of a charred pot as they were once again starstruck at Qin Feng's audacity that knew no bounds. The Een young elder grit their teeth and said, "Don't use your leg, too." Okay, fine. Once again, Qin Feng accepted their suggestion. He did not use his hand or leg. He used his head instead. "Adieu head. Adieu head." Pfft. The Een young elders spat a mouthful of blood. They were not damaged by Qin Feng's attack, but Qin Feng's shamelessness had caused an internal damage to their body. "Shameless weasel, put us down. You're just wasting your time and energy." Let's settle our old scores with a showdown once and for all. Whoever loses has to listen to the winner and forever stay away from the Su family. Qin Feng was too tenacious, and the Yin young elders knew they could not take him down by any physical means. Hence, they were attempting another approach. Do you have the guts to pick up the challenge? Proceed. Say what is on your mind, Qin Feng asked. How about poison? The young elder and I don't have any knowledge about poison, so you've earned yourself some luck, lad, Yin elder said. The Yin young elders were the great elders of poison sect, and poison was their specialties. Qin Feng kind of admired the Yin elder's boldness when he said that the young elder and he did not know how to use poison in dead earnest with no sense of decency. How can you be so shameless given that you're so old? Does your family know about that? Say it. How do you want to compete, then? The Yin elder was thrilled in his heart seeing that Qin Feng did not reject his proposal. Both he and the young elder were full-fledged poison users. Qin Feng was destined to lose the moment he picked up the battle. It's simple. I'll use a poison of mine on you, and if you remain fine after a minute, you'll earn a point for yourself. Then, you'll use your poison on me, and if I remain unaffected by your poison for the next minute, I'll earn myself a point as well. Whoever succumbs to their opponent's poison first loses, and the loser has to leave the Su family alone, explained Yin elder. The reason Qin Feng accepted Yin elder's challenge was that he had obtained the compendium of 100 materia medica and the 5 poison sting after he'd rescued Lin Qingyuan with acupuncture and successfully completed the unlimited quest, glorify the Chinese medicine a step forward. The compendium of 100 materia medica had graced him with the ability to identify every single herb and plant on the earth, so Qin Feng surmised that the 5 poison sting should be something superb as well. It was just that he did not have a chance to use it, and now, it seemed to him that his chance had arrived. Big brother Qin Feng, don't listen to those 2 freaking geezers. It was them who brainwashed second uncle and third uncle to poison grandpa. They are extremely good at using poison. Su Xiatian clued tightly to Qin Feng as she refused to let Qin Feng compete with the Yin young elders. The Yin young elders were greatly incensed. Qin Feng had almost taken the bait. How would they allow a little girl to ruin their well-cherished plan? Qin Feng, do you have the guts to pick up the challenge? Are you still a man? How could you allow a woman to make a decision on your behalf? What a spineless man. The Yin young elders attempted the harsh way by bashing Qin Feng with critical remarks to goad Qin Feng to take the bait. However, their acting skills were too poor. Qin Feng had to do everything within his power to refrain from laughing. Yin young freaks, can you swear that you really don't know how to use poison? Qin Feng's facade was an innocent expression as he looked at the Yin young elders. The Yin young elders' mouths quivered vigorously when they heard the name Yin young freaks. However, they could not help it and said, of course. We never tell lies. We really don't know how to use poison. Okay, I'll believe you this time. Then, let's do this. The Yin young elders grinned from ear to ear when Qin Feng took the challenge. Okay, let's start now. We'll use our poison first. The Yin young elders were thrilled as they began to search for the strongest poison they currently had with them. Sure, we can start now, but I want to go first. Otherwise, I won't compete with you guys, Qin Feng said. Fine then. Young elder, you first. Yin elder ordered young elder. Why me? Why not you? Young elder was not happy with Yin elder's decision. Yin elder stared at young elder as he whispered to him, what are you afraid of, young elder? We live side by side with poison since we're young, and we're practically immune to all kind of poisons. Besides, that brat doesn't know how to use poison well. Quick, don't be a pussy. Before the young elder came forward, Qin Feng then said again, I must use my poison on you too. Both of you. At the same time. Hearing this, both Yin elder and young elder were not happy. They countered, why should we listen to you? Qin Feng then spoke in dead earnest, because you too have the numerical advantage. Let's say if one of you has succumbed to my poison while the other is not affected, then does it count as my win or my loss? So you mean we have to use both of our poisons on you at the same time? Yin elder shot his own question. Of course, Qin Feng agreed to it readily. The Yin young elders looked over to each other and nodded simultaneously. Both of them were masters of poison, and if they used both of their poisons at the same time on Qinfeng, they were sure that Qinfeng would certainly die. Okay, then you go first, an elder said. Stand still. If you dare to attack me when I'm using my poison, I'll let you two experience the taste of flying through the air for a night. The hyper-intuition was disappearing soon, so he had to use the 5 poison sting on them quickly. Since the young elder had promised to settle their long-held standoff through the competition, they would not ambush Qinfeng. Moreover, they had ambushed him earlier, and the effect was saddening. Qinfeng then slowly walked towards the two. The young elders stood with their hands clasped behind their backs. Qinfeng flicked his hand and a thick, long dark needle appeared in his hand. He then thrust the needle into the young elders' chests. Done? The young elders felt as though their chests were stung by a mosquito, and by the time they lifted their heads, Qinfeng was already done. Done, Qinfeng said with a warm grin at them. Haha, then, it's our turn now. The young elders guffawed uproariously as they looked down on Qinfeng. To them, the way Qinfeng used his poison was like child's play. Wait, didn't we agree earlier that we would give each other a minute? It still hasn't been a minute yet. Maybe you two will die from poison later. Qinfeng waved his hand and looked gravely at the young elders. Chapter 475, Rank 6 Hedonist Mortal Quest. Chapter 475, Rank 6 Hedonist Mortal Quest. The young elders did not take Qinfeng's warning to heart. As a matter of fact, they even rebuked Qinfeng's naivety and artlessness. They were the young elders, the custodians of the notorious poison sect, and they'd lived side by side with poison from the moment they were born. There was no way in hell Qinfeng's poison could affect them. But rules were rules. They had to abide by the rules no matter what. Besides, the young elders were in no hurry, so they waited the full minute as prescribed. As they waited, they gave Qinfeng a disdain yet haughty look. The chances that they would be poisoned by Qinfeng's poison never existed. In their minds, they were thinking about whether they should apply the death of soul or half-step death on Qinfeng. 10 seconds passed, and the young elders still held a grin on their faces. 20 seconds passed, and both of them were still standing. However, at the 30th second, an elder raised his brows as he murmured, "Something is wrong. My inner chi is disordered." Me too. I thought I was hallucinating, so I did not care about it. Young elder chimed in worriedly. This is bad. We've been poisoned. An elder suddenly shrieked. Then, he continued, this is the sovereign class poison of our poison sect. The king of poison. How? How is that possible? The young elders realized that they had been poisoned, and to their surprise, the poison was none other than the most potent poison of the poison sect, the king of poison. According to hearsay, the king of poison was made by the ancestor of the poison sect, Ouyang Feng, when he first established the poison sect. He collected 5 deadly poisons from around the world, fused them together, and formed a new type of poison that was crowned as the deadliest poison that ever existed. Aside from the people of the poison sect, no other people could cure the poison. As the poison sect continued to flourish, they had lost the major parts of the formulation for the king of poison. The young elders had only studied texts about the poison, but they could not remake it. Hence, they were greatly astonished when Qinfeng used the sovereign-level poison. This is bad. The poison has entered our blood vessels. We have to rush back to sect leader and have him dispel the poison. Otherwise, we're doomed. Without waiting for Qinfeng to continue his assault, the elder played his eyes at the young elder, and both of them quickly jumped into the air and completely vanished amongst the pool of Stygian blackness. Qinfeng's hyper-intuition wore off the moment the young elders escaped. He wanted to chase after them and stall them long enough for the poison to do its work and claim their lives. However, everything seemed impossible now since his hyper-intuition had worn off. He was no longer able to CA up to their speed. Everything that had happened tonight could be compared to a Hollywood blockbuster movie. It had its own ups and downs, quirky twists, full of elements of surprise, and the entire cast had become more ostentatious one after another. Hence, the Ma family members needed more time to digest what had happened. Initially, They all thought that the Su family could not escape their doom because the four talents were on the side of the Ma family. Then, Qin Feng showed up, chased away the four talents effortlessly, and dashed their hopes. After which, their hopes were lit again, and they had regained their haughty manners and slighted Qin Feng following the arrival of the Yin Yang elders. Their hopes were short-lived, however, when the Yin Yang elders suddenly said they had been poisoned by some kind of sovereign-level poison from the poison sect, and they would certainly die if they did not rush back to their sect immediately. The Ma family members could not help but wonder if the truth of the matter was that the Yin Yang elder could not defeat Qin Feng. So they simply found an excuse and escaped? They had no idea, and they had no spare time to think. Locking Su Xiatian in his arms, Qin Feng returned to the parlor and flashed a bright warm smile at the Ma family members. However, right now, Qin Feng's smile could only be described as the wicked image of a demon from the Ma family members' perspective. His smile sent a thread of chill and panic tickling its way up their spines, and the goosebumps on their flesh wouldn't settle. Where should we continue, Elder? Qin Feng locked his attention at Ma Long. Ma Long almost pissed his pants. He stuttered. I forgot. Forgot? No point in keeping you alive, then. As Qin Feng raised his hand, Ma Long quickly yelled, Wait, I remembered. Young Master said you want to purchase the Ma family's medical corporation for 2 million yuan. 2 million? I thought is 20 million. Well, since you've said it, 2 million it is then, Qin Feng said so to enrage Ma Long. Ma Long's mouth quivered. The feeling of regret for starting trouble with the Su family was overwhelming. Xiatian, give that geezer your bank account details, then, sign the contract. We have to get back quickly, or else, we'll miss the supper made by Qiuyu. Qin Feng said casually as if buying and selling a medical corporation that was worth billions was something negligible to him. You have gone too far, brat. You want to purchase the Ma family's medical corporation for only 2 million? Kill everybody here if you can? I don't believe that you can actually do it. Ma Tao jumped out from nowhere, huffing and puffing at Qin Feng. Dad, don't fear this brat. What could he do to us if we refuse to sell our medical corporation? Could he really kill all of us? Ma Tao said as he looked at Ma Long. Ma Long's expression changed slightly as he felt that his son's reasoning was good. It was never in the cards that Qin Feng had the nerve to kill all of them. A surge of gallantry instantly took over Ma Long's mind. As he opened his mouth to have a verbal showdown with Qin Feng flicked his hand. A white ray of light flashed through the air, and in the next second shattered Ma Long's deathbed struggle. Blood spurted out from Ma Tao's neck, and his head was nowhere in sight. Thump! Ma Tao's headless corpse collapsed into a pool of blood. The parlor instantly reeked with the stench of sanguine fluid. Everybody was shocked. Dead? Is he dead? Of course, he is dead. He lost his head. How could he be still alive? A dead silence prevailed and reigned over the parlor, so that even the sound of a dropping pin could be heard clearly. Su Xiatian was stunned as well. She stared dazedly at Qin Feng as if today was the first day she had ever met Qin Feng. Never once had she figured that Qin Feng was so powerful that he could kill a person with just a raise of his hand. Such deed could only be achieved by God. Elder Ma, my patience has limits. Hurry up and give me your account number. Qin Feng looked at Ma Long and he looked very serene. He wasn't fluttered in the least by the fact he had killed a person. He failed to pull himself together. Ma Long was swamped with the fact that Qin Feng had effortlessly killed his son, a Stage 2 inner chi expert. Earlier on, he had the urge to unleash the power of the whole Ma family on Qin Feng. He forfeited such an idiotic idea, however, after Qin Feng killed Ma Tao. Okay. Ma Long did not hesitate and gave Qin Feng his account number after he came back to his senses. Su Xiatian pulled out her cell phone and transferred 2 million over to the account given by Ma Long. I've transferred the money to you, geezer. Hurry up and prepare the contract. Su Xiatian yelled. Ma Long was too lazy to check his bank account as he ordered his servant to prepare the contract for them. He had lost all his hope since he was now in this plight. He only wanted to secure his own life. He would take the 2 million and pass the remainder of his life in seclusion. As for the rest of his family, He could only wish them good luck. Very soon, the contract was drawn up. Using his past working experience with the royal group, Qin Feng quickly glanced through the contract and asked Su Xiatian to sign it. Then, he returned the contract to Ma Long. Ma Long's hand was trembling. His heart ached. As soon as he signed, the value of the Ma family's medical corporation that was worth billions became only 2 million. He then gazed at Qin Feng with his eyes brimming with expectancy, only to see Qin Feng's cold stare. Since he had no other way to turn the thing around, Ma Long could do nothing but sign. "Young master, please have a look." Ma Long passed the contract with sedulous care. Qin Feng skimmed through the contract again and tossed it to Su Xiatian. The dust had settled since the contract was signed. The Ma family's medical corporation of Sky City was now under the Su family. The Su family, who had been deadlocked in developing their pharmaceutical industry, had now become the most prominent pharmaceutical family in Sky City. Meanwhile, the Ma family, who used to be the vanguard of the pharmaceutical industry of Sky City, had totally collapsed and would fade into history. This was the fight between aristocratic families. Beset with a crisis, one would lose the whole game if a careless move was made. Qin Feng knew this rule clearly and deeply. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for destroying the Ma family of Sky City and purchasing the Ma family's medical corporation. The system will reward host Qin Feng with 5,000 hedonist points and a book of arcane martial art. The system beeped in Qin Feng's mind. Qin Feng then looked at his hedonist points and realized that he had 11,260 hedonist points now. Ding! The hedonist sovereign system has released a development quest. Host Qin Feng has to become a rank 6 hedonist mortal. Quest time limit, 3 months. If host Qin Feng clears the quest, the system will reward host Qin Feng with 30,000 hedonist points, a sky divination spirit stone, and the time portal will be initiated. If the quest is failed, 60,000 hedonist points will be deducted. The Elysium of Heroes will be closed and never able to be reopened again. Reminder: host Qin Feng can automatically become a rank 6 hedonist mortal after spending 100,000 hedonist points. Host Qin Feng has spent 61,470 hedonist points, and host Qin Feng still needs to spend another 38,530 hedonist points in 3 months' time to complete the quest. While Qin Feng was overwhelmed with good vibes after clearing the Ma family's quest, the system released a new quest to him. This time, the penalty was harsh. If the Elysium of Heroes was closed, then the system would certainly reclaim Shimin Chue Shui. Shimin Chue Shui was Qin Feng's ace, and he needed him when facing a tough opponent. So how could he allow the system to retract Shimin Chue Shui? The development quest did, however, compensate him handsomely. Aside from 30,000 hedonist points, he would get a sky divination spirit stone and the time portal. These two rewards sounded superb, and Qin Feng was kind of looking forward to them. As Qin Feng and Su Xiatian exited the Ma family mansion, nobody in the Ma family dared to stop them from leaving. It seemed that they were completely stunned by Qin Feng, and they had accepted their fate. The Ma family was doomed. Big brother Qin Feng, how are you be so powerful? I'm very curious, how can you kill people with just a raise of your hand? Can you teach me, please? So that I can kill all those who refuse to play with me. Su Xiatian was jumping around Qin Feng. Qin Feng's mouth quivered. Who has the heart and guts to play with this she-demon? I guess she would annihilate mankind if I teach her the wind blade technique. Pfft. As both of them arrived at the BMW, Qin Feng could not hold it anymore and spat out a mouthful of blood. Earlier on, Qin Feng had been internally injured by the Yin Yang Elders, even with the protection of the sacred azure battle armor. After all, Yin Yang Elders were Stage 7 Inner Qi Masters. Big brother Qin Feng, what happened? Su Xiatian was shocked. She remained frozen on the spot, and her eyes almost bulged out from their sockets. I'm fine. Quick, let's go home now. Qin Feng opened the door weakly and got into it. Finally, the fatigue and injuries he had been forcibly ignoring had caught up to him. Big brother Qin Feng? Woo, are you all right? Please don't scare me. I don't want you to die. Please don't die. After she finally collected her thoughts, Su Xiatian quickly got into the car and pulled Qin Feng into her arms. She did not seem to be affected by the fact that her face was smeared with Qin Feng's blood. With her eyes filled with tears, she called out Qin Feng's name worriedly. Chapter 476. No wonder you have no friends. Chapter 476. No wonder you have no friends. Thanks to the sacred azure battle armor, Qin Feng only sustained minor injuries. He was only kind of helpless when Su Xiatian said he was dying. Xiatian, please stop wagging my arm. I'm fine and now, I'm really dying. Qin Feng grumbled. Hearing this, Su Xiatian immediately released him. She still had a worried look as she asked, Big brother Qin Feng, please don't scare me. What happened to you? You looked fine just now. Why did you suddenly vomit blood? There wasn't anybody who had the nerve to fiddle with Su Xiatian, given her title as the first she-demon of Sky City. She had never experienced any sort of injuries before, much less bleeding. Hence, she did not know what to do, and she was scared when Qin Feng vomited blood. On the other hand, Qin Feng's heart melted seeing Su Xiatian so worried about him. Cough, cough. Don't worry, I'm fine. Qin Feng coughed and reassured Su Xiatian that he was fine. Hearing this, Su Xiatian frowned, and the next thing she did stunned Qin Feng. She pulled him close and locked him in her arms. Big brother Qin Feng, please rest in Xiatian's arms for a while. When I was small, elder sister hugged me to sleep whenever I was ill. And the next day, when I woke up, I had completely recovered. Su Xiatian and Su Qiu had a harrowing childhood. Their parents had passed away when they were still toddlers who had just begun to walk the earth. To make the matter worse, it had been their second uncle who had planned all this. He was responsible for the death of their parents. In the Su family, only their grandpa cared for them, while the rest of their family members treated them as if they were the plagues of God. They found any excuses they could in the world not to pick up the responsibility of taking care of the twins. Living under such awful, heart-rending, and harsh bleakness in childhood, it could be considered the work of God that Su Xiatian to retain her open and frank disposition, and that Su Qiu had grown into an ingenious and calm woman. Cough, cough. Qin Feng suddenly coughed. Su Xiatian was terrified, and she tightened her embrace. Qin Feng's head was buried in Su Xiatian's boobs, and his mouth was glued in her deep, seemingly of unknown depth cleavage. He was helpless. He coughed not because of his injuries, but because he was almost suffocating inside Su Xiatian's boobs. Xiatian, I can't breathe. If you don't release me now, I'll be dead soon, Qin Feng yelled. Hearing this, Su Xiatian immediately released him. The image of Qin Feng vomiting blood had cast a huge shadow in her heart, and she was extremely frightened now. She quickly undid her blazer and continued to lock Qin Feng in her arms. Is that better, big brother Qin Feng? You can breathe now since I removed my blazer. Indeed, Qin Feng could breathe much better now. All he could breathe in was the smell of milk. It fiddled with his nostrils and almost sent him to Neverland. I still can't breathe well, Qin Feng said sternly. There was no way in hell he would give up such a great opportunity to get fresh with Su Xiatian. Su Xiatian grit her teeth and undid all the buttons of her white shirt and pressed Qin Feng into her smooth, almost flawless flesh. She asked, how about now? For a brief moment, Qin Feng felt like he was in seventh heaven. Su Xiatian was indeed the easiest target he had ever encountered, such unconcerned and adorable. He laughed at his good fortune for coming across such a nice woman. I still need a bit more air. Your bra is not breathable. Qin Feng hoped against hopes that Su Xiatian would not smell the rat behind his words. As Su Xiatian streed her hands to unclasp her bra, a thought suddenly flashed through her mind and caused her to stop. Big brother Qin Feng, you're such a pervert. Wouldn't I be naked if I undid my bra? Su Xiatian looked at Qin Feng with her face flushed. She then added, the main problem is that I'm on my period now, and my boobs are sensitive. I'll let you have a bite at my boobs once my period has stopped, so until then, big brother Qin Feng, be patient. Qin Feng's mouth quivered as he was helpless that Su Xiatian had seen through his intention. However, how could she say such things so blatantly? Aya, I feel better now. Let's get moving, Xiatian. Since Su Xiatian had blown up his disguise and quelled his intent to continue to stick his head in Su Xiatian's boobs, he straightened up his body, tilted his head 45 degrees and looked out the window, pretending that everything that happened just now was just an illusion. Su Xiatian quickly dressed. She was unmoved by the thing happened just now since her grandpa had betrothed her to Qin Feng. That was the reason who she acted so openly without any slightest hesitation or scruples in front of Qin Feng. If it was another man, Su Xiatian would gouge out their eyes if they leered at her even for a moment. The car was ignited and darted forward like an arrow released from its bow. It soon arrived in front of the Su family's gate. Where have you two been, Xiatian? I would have had to go out to search for you two if you two hadn't come back soon. Su Qiuyu had been waiting for both of them outside the gate. When she saw them, she quickly walked forward to welcome them. Let's get in the room now, elder sister. I have a super-duper great news to tell you and Grandpa. Su Xiatian excitedly pulled Su Qiuyu and hot-footed into the house. Su Qiuyu was stunned by Su Xiatian. She dazedly followed Su Xiatian and said, "Slow down, Xiatian. You might fall down. How can you behave like a child while you are already a grown-up?" Su Qiuyu lectured Su Xiatian along the way, which Su Xiatian ignored. As they arrived at the parlor, Su Xiatian yelled at the top of her lung, "Grandpa, come out now. Your granddaughter is getting bullied." Before Su Xiatian's voice died away, Su Haonan had ghosted up upon them. "Who the hell has the nerve to bully my precious granddaughter? Where is the man you're talking about, Xiatian?" "Grandpa, elder sister, I have great news for you too. I'm scared that you'll stumble on your feet when you heard the news, so have a seat first." Su Xiatian hurried her grandpa and her elder sister to have their seats. Su Haonan was in complete bewilderment at the sight. Wasn't Xiatian said she was being mistreated? Why did it seem like it was she who was bullying others? "Who bullied you, Xiatian? Did Qin Feng just stand aside, and why you getting bullied without helping you?" Su Haonan asked worriedly. "Please let me talk first, Grandpa. Today, Big Brother Qin Feng took me to the Ma family." "What? You two went to the Ma family? Just you two?" Before Su Xiatian could finish her sentence, Su Qiuyu and Su Haonan jumped from their seats and shouted at her. The relationship between the Su family and the Ma family was tense, filled with gunfire that could explode into a bloody mess at any time, any moment, and for any reason. Hence, Qin Feng and Su Xiatian's action today seemed as though they were looking for death. "Aya, can't you? Damn geezer, just stay quiet? Sit down now." Su Xiatian began to sweat all over her head as she hopped between Su Qiuyu and Su Haonan and tickling Qin Feng. "What did you call me, Xiatian? How dare you call me a damn geezer?" Su Haonan was incensed. Covering her mouth immediately, Su Xiatian pooed at the ground. "Pooh, pooh, pooh. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I was just used to calling the patriarch of the Ma family damn geezer, so I can't change it now. Aya, can you guys please stay quiet for a moment and kiss? Listen to me?" Qin Feng was having a great time looking at the fussy Su Xiatian. After calming down themselves, Su Qiuyu and Su Haonan then sat quietly by the table to hear what Su Xiatian was going to disclose. "Where was I just now? Oh yeah, we crashed the Ma family. Did you know that Ma family made an alliance with the Four Talents and the Poison Sect to destroy us?" "What? Poison Sect? The two freaks who killed second and third 4 months ago? So they've returned? How did you two return here safely? Don't tell me that you sold our medical corporation?" Su Haonan jumped. Su Xiatian quickly halted him. "You're so brilliant, Grandpa. Big Brother Qin Feng and me has sold the medical corporation for 2 million. Su Haonan almost fainted after he heard what Xiatian had said. On the other hand, Su Qiuyu was restless as well. Her face was veiled with astonishment, as she could not fathom how Xiatian and Qin Feng could have sold their medical corporation and for only 2 million. Seeing that Su Xiatian was digging herself into a deeper hole, he went forward, pulled Su Xiatian into his arms, and covered her mouth to prevent her from saying anything further. "Woo woo, Big Brother Qin Feng. Woo woo woo." Su Xiatian kept struggling in Qin Feng's arms, which he ignored. He turned to Su Haonan and said, "Elder, please forget what Xiatian has said. What am I going to tell you next is the true story. Yes, we went to the Ma family tonight, and yes, we did realize that the Ma family has colluded with the Four Talents and the Poison Sect. Then, I scared the Four Talents away, chased the great elders of the Poison Sect away, and with 2 million yuan, purchased the Ma family's medical corporation. So now, the Ma family has been cut out from the game." Qin Feng effortlessly and clearly finished the whole thing. After he released Su Xiatian turned around and showered Qin Feng's pecs with her pinky fist as she grumbled, "You're bad, Qin Feng. How could not allow me to tell them? How are you going to tell them? Isn't it all the same? I would have swayed our positions if I were to tell the story, hee. So it would be me, the she-demon, who laid waste to those bastards. He. Su Xiatian was embarrassed after she laid bare her thought. Su Haonan and Su Qiu were still immersed in Qin Feng's story as both of them bore the same thought. Is it true? Is it not actually a dream fantasized by Qin Feng and Xiatian? Oh yeah, this is the contract signed by that damn geezer. I've signed my name as well, on behalf of the Su family. Su Xiatian snappily pulled the contract out from her pocket. Su Qiu quickly took the contract. After she meticulously ran through the contract, her eyes were gleaming with amazement as she yelled at Su Haonan, "Grandpa, this is a genuine contract, and it has been entered into force. Xiatian and Qin Feng purchased the Ma family's medical corporation with 2 million yuan, and now it is our property." Su Xiatian could not be believed, but Su Qiu could. She was calm, savvy, serious, and down to earth. If she confirmed the truthiness of the story, then Su Haonan had to believe them. Su Qiu was curious and shot a question at Qin Feng. "Qin Feng, you could not defeat the Young Elders last time, right? How did you defeat them this time, then?" "I almost forget. Elder sister, Qin Feng is injured. He vomited a few liters of blood by the time he walked out from the Ma family's ancient mansion, and he died my BMW pink." Su Xiatian began exaggerating the story again. Qin Feng was helpless. "A few liters?" Su Qiu's mouth quivered. A human would die after he vomited a liter of blood. So how could Qin Feng still be fine if he really vomited a few liters of blood? She then asked again, "Xiatian, didn't your BMW originally come in pink?" "Oh yeah, but that's not important. Anyway, big brother Qin Feng has actually been injured, and he has vomited a few liters of blood." Suddenly, something crossed Su Xiatian's mind and she quickly added, "If wasn't for my hugs, and the fact that I let him rest in my woo. Ahem. Xiatian, I'm fine." Really, Qin Feng almost stumbled to his feet. He quickly covered Su Xiatian's mouth to prevent her from saying anything more. With her eyes filled with curiosity, Su Qiu looked at Qin Feng as she felt what her little sister was going to say was very important. She still had many things to ask Qin Feng, but with Su Xiatian messing around, and the fact that they probably would not be able to settle the thing fast with her around, Su Qiu quickly dropped the thought. "Qin Feng, are you injured?" Su Qiu's gaze turned soft as she looked at Qin Feng. Qin Feng replied to her question with a nod of his head. "Qiu, quickly prepare a room for Qin Feng to rest in. Then, cook some herbs for him. Xiatian, go back to your room now and don't disturb your big brother Qin Feng." Elder Su had given his orders, so although she was reluctant, Su Xiaonan could not do anything and went away crestfallen. Qin Feng and the other two sighed a long relief after Su Xiatian had gone away. They could finally understand why Su Xiatian had no friends. Chapter 477, Student Parade. Chapter 477, Student Parade. Su Qiu dragged Qin Feng to her room while Elder Su and Su Xiatian went to their respective rooms to rest for the night. As they entered her room, Su Qiu laid Qin Feng on her bed and began to help him take off his shoes and shirt. "Are you badly hurt, Qin Feng? Did you really fend off the Young Elders?" Su Qiu's warm and gentle attitude teased Qin Feng's heart. He could deeply feel her care for him. He gave in to his desire and pulled Su Qiu onto the bed and locked her tightly in his embrace. Qin Feng, I dare you not to do anything to me. Qin Feng's movement alarmed her, reminding her of the heated moment they had early that morning. However, Qin Feng just locked her tightly in his arms without doing anything. He then said, Xiaoyu, the Ma family is no longer a threat to us now. We should make use of their medical corporation not only to find our feet, but to gain a firm foothold in the pharmaceutical industry. Su Xiaoyu never thought Qin Feng wanted to talk about the future of the Su family's medical corporation. She thought the lecher wanted to do something bad to her again. We're amateurs in the pharmaceutical industry. However, with the Ma family's medical corporation in our hands, we basically have the green light for us to venture into the pharmaceutical industry. First, we can combine both corporations and establish two factories, the Su family-owned factory and the Ma family-owned factory. Then, the Su family-owned factory will be in charge of developing and researching the original formula. Once the final product is complete, we'll have the Ma family's own factory do mass production and marketing. Su Qiuyu was insightful. She pointed out all the critical points in a few sentences. Qin Feng nodded his head in satisfaction. He thought how easy his life would be if all of his women were as capable and beautiful as Su Qiuyu. The reason why Qin Feng was so concerned about the development of the Su family's medical corporation was that he wanted to clear the quest regarding the Liang family in Jindu. According to the system, Qin Feng had to destroy the Liang family of Jindu. As luck would have it, the Liang family happened to be an aristocratic family rooted and raised in the pharmaceutical industry. If he could defeat the Liang family's medical corporation, it basically meant that he had destroyed them. The Liang family was an aristocratic family in Jindu, a large familial at a scale which no small familial clan similar to the Ma family could compare with. Hence, Qin Feng deeply believed that the same trick would not work as effectively as it had against the Ma family if his target was the Liang family. The notion of storming straight into the Liang family's territory and facing his own demise wasn't something he welcomed. Well, at least not at the moment. Well planned. Just follow your plan. I have ameliorated the formula for the golden sore medicine and the whitening powder. Just follow my formula. After the final product is ready, make both of the products popular. I want them to be the top-selling products on the racks of every shop across the nation. Can you do it? Qin Feng asked Su Qiuyu seriously. Su Qiuyu was spellbound by Qin Feng's charisma. She nodded her head bashfully. I'll do my best. Thank you for your hard work, Qiyu. Qin Feng squeezed Su Qiuyu tightly in his arms and began to fervently kiss her neck. Su Qiuyu's body was balmy, and her skin was soft as if it could turn into water. Su Qiuyu went weak, and a heady, strange sensation that she had become pretty familiar with since this morning began to run wildly across her body from her head to her toes. As Qin Feng groped at her large boobs, Su Qiuyu moaned faintly, "Stop." Even though Qin Feng was reluctant to release her, but he had to do it anyway. Go back to your room and rest, Su Qiuyu lowered her head and said. I'm returning to my room now, Qiuyu. I'm leaving tomorrow for Acropolis City. I still have a lot of things to tend to there. Qin Feng could not fathom Su Qiuyu's feeling towards him. Qin Feng was kind of shocked when Su Qiuyu voluntarily offered herself to him. He thought he had won her heart. However, when he wanted her today, she rejected him. I'll send some Chinese medicine to help you recover your blood qi later. Su Qiuyu had calmed herself very soon after she got out of Qin Feng's arms. Actually, she had accepted Qin Feng as her man, but she was not happy that Qin Feng used a nasty trick just to get her body. Hence, she wanted to punish him. Qin Feng returned to his room, took a bath, and weighed TV from his bed when Su Qiuyu came into his room with a pot in her hand. It was clear enough that Su Qiuyu had just taken her bath. Her body was shrouded in a white bathrobe, with both her mellow shoulders and long legs exposed to the air. They were so white that they shined brilliantly in Qin Feng's eyes. Please have it while it's hot. Find me in my room if you have anything to talk to me about. I'm leaving now. Su Qiuyu retreated from his room after she delivered the pot of medicine. Extending his arm, Qin Feng halted her by pulling her soft and delicate arm. He looked at her lecherously and said, Qiuyu, why don't you stay with me tonight? It'll be easier for me to find you as well. Qin Feng was stripped to the waist, and his muscular upper torso was bare to Su Qiuyu's eyes. Her face flushed red as she exclaimed inwardly, "Damn, he is so hot. I think I'll pass. I don't want to stay overnight in your room because I have trouble sleeping in a strange bed. Please rest soon after you have your medicine. Stop all your fantasizing." Su Qiuyu remembered at the very last minute that she had to punish Qin Feng a bit by ignoring him. "Okay, then." Qin Feng released Su Qiuyu and smiled at her with 2 blood chi pills in his palm. "Qiuyu, these 2 blood chi pills are for you. Even though the blood chi pill are of no use to you since you've broken into stage 4 inner chi, they can still improve your inner chi and will definitely speed up your cultivation. I still have a lot here, so these 2 are for you." Qin Feng was a master of seducing. He gifted the blood chi pills to Su Qiuyu with hidden intentions. He thought Su Qiuyu would have been so touched that she would beg him to keep her for a night. However, the reality struck him hard like a truck. Shameless. While Qin Feng was fantasizing about multiple postures that he wanted to try with Su Qiuyu in her mind, Su Qiuyu gave him a cold stare. She huffed, turned her body, and left. "Oh hey, why are the beautiful lately are so capricious? She did not even want my blood chi pill." Qin Feng still did not know Hua Yin had mixed angel grass in the formula of blood chi pill. Otherwise, he would be able to understand Su Qiuyu's unpredictable mind. Su Qiuyu left without turning back. Since his wish to do something bad with Su Qiuyu was shattered, Qin Feng then went ahead to sleep. Then, an adorable little head suddenly snuck into his room through the door. "Big brother Qin Feng, elder sister and grandpa are not at here, right?" Su Xiatian grinned at Qin Feng. Qin Feng's eyes glowed because Su Xiatian came to his room in her sling nightgown, and from the ronda of her boobs, Qin Feng knew she was not wearing a bra. "Yeah, they are not here. Come in," Qin Feng smiled. Hearing this, Su Xiatian quickly dashed into his room and rammed onto his bed. She clung to his arms and asked earnestly, "Big brother Qin Feng, how are your injuries? Do you feel any better now?" "Yeah, I felt better now." You've recovered? I plan to sleep with you tonight so that you'll feel better tomorrow. Then, there is nothing for me to do now. I'll return to my room first." Su Xiatian began to crawl out of Qin Feng's bed as she spoke. Qin Feng quickly covered his stomach with his hand and yelped in pain. My stomach hurts again." Su Xiatian stopped and returned to Qin Feng, pulled open the coverlet, snuggled into it, and hugged Qin Feng tightly in her arms. "Then I'll hug you to sleep tonight, but I warn you not to do anything tonight. My period still isn't over yet." "Okay. Remember not to tell Elder. He doesn't want you to bother me." Qin Feng reluctantly settled for it. "Don't worry, I won't tell Grandpa, even Elder Sister." Su Xiatian smiled gleefully. At Jindu University, a revolution was in the air. On the 3rd day since Qin Feng was fired from the university, the strike of students from the medical college had reached its climax. 200 students of the medical college boycotted their classes. They had made a declaration. They refused to return or resume their classes as long as Qin Feng did not return to the university. Inside the campus, the sight of 200 striking students was impressive. The people at the front held the banner while the people at the back held flags and yelled as they marched toward the chancellor's department. "Bring back Professor Qin Feng." The students from the medical college would not return to class unless the university authorities give us a reasonable reason for firing the handsome, knowledgeable, promising Professor Qin Feng. "We want Gao Hai to step down. He has abused his power and framed our Professor Qin Feng. He's not fit to be the vice-chancellor of medical college." Countless propaganda and voices echoed in the campus. The sound of 200 students was extremely loud and followed them wherever they went. "Why are you still here, Lu Jie? Have you forgotten that your father has brought a group of your brothers and sisters to CAU yesterday? Why haven't you learned your lesson and stepped out of this?" Amongst the parade, somebody pushed Lu Jie, trying to get him away. These students had given the university authorities a huge headache. In order to put an end to their strike, the university authorities contacted the students' parents, and some of the students had left with their parents. But how could Lu Jie remove himself from the team? His big brother might have beaten him to death if he ever found out. "How about you, Ma Chao? Your situation is not as good as me either. Your dad brought his gun to school yesterday to hunt you. All of the students did not dare to come out as they were afraid they might get caught in the crossfire. Do you know how much of a scene you have caused on the university forum, and that your popularity has almost grown to the level of Big Brothers? Lu Jie replied to Ma Chao with a fierce glare. Both of them exchanged glances and suddenly laughed. An invisible tacit agreement had begun to take shape amongst the 200 students. All of them had persuaded their other friends from other colleges to listen to their parents and stay in the house while they defended their team spirit to the death and vowed to force the university to get Qin Feng back. Please, I'm the most pitiful here. My dad has cut off all relationship with me. I have no house to return now, and I have to sleep with my friend at his house, another student groaned. Lu Jie and Ma Chao were touched. Both of them yelled at the same time, Xiaobai, come to my house. I'll give you my bed. Xiaobai hesitated, and he said, No, I can't. My friend has a lot of love movies in his house. I cut off my relationship with my dad because of this thing. As Xiaobai finished speaking, a pained scream wafted from within the parade. Lu Jie and Ma Chao felt better after they treated Xiaobai to a feast of punches. All of them played along, while continuing to march forward. Quite a number of students from other colleges looked at them. When they saw the students from the medical college were so united, their faces were filled with admiration. Yin Wushuang was not on the team. Perhaps the Dragon Door had assigned a new task for her. Hua Yin and Xiao Shishir were standing at the most front of the parade, leading their friends to march forward. What was the most surprising was that the leader of the parade was none other than Director Chang Xai. It was her who called this parade, and because of her participation, the students of the medical college would press forward with such resolution. Chapter 478, Strife within the Phone Group. Chapter 478, Strife within the Phone Group. Chang Xian felt guilty about Qin Feng. Hence, she called the students to stand up against the university authorities for firing Qin Feng. It was because of her that Qin Feng was dismissed. During their last visit to Mario's bar, Qin Feng had rescued her from the crews of Gao Hai. He'd beaten him, which caused Gao Hai to go into a frenzy and exercise all his power and authority over the medical college to sack Qin Feng off. There were times Chang Xian that went to persuade Gao Hai to retract his order, but her attempts were futile. They were fruitless because Gao Hai was very firm on his decision. Either Chang Xian offered her body to him and served him for a night, or he would not talk the matter over. Chang Xian was helpless. She was pushed to the edge as she had run out of ideas to help Qin Feng, so she gathered up all the students of the medical college and revolted against the university authorities. Big sister Xian, do you know what that Qin Feng has been up to? I don't believe that the reason he doesn't show up is that he has lost face. Hua Yin stood near Chang Xian and whispered to her. Yeah, I think so too. He was thick-skinned enough to cope with this small matter. Although Chang Xian said it like that, she could not convince herself. It had been 3 days since the last time Chang Xian and Hua Yin saw Qin Feng. This was because Qin Feng did not inform anybody about his trip to Acropolis City. He shut down his cell phone and even had his SIM card changed. Falling into the habit of waiting for Qin Feng on the couch every night, Chang Xian and Hua Yin were disappointed when Qin Feng did not return to their home for 3 consecutive nights. Where is he now? Hua Yin mumbled. Could it be that he has gone into seclusion after asking me to make him the blood chi pills? But he is already a stage 4 inner chi expert. The blood chi pills won't have much effect on him. I must get the university to get him back no matter what. Even if he is such a readly prurient narcissist, you can't deny the fact that he is a good lecturer. Chang Xian's face was filled with determination as she continued to lead the students' march forward. Location: China, Yun Province, Acropolis City. Qin Feng had no idea what Chang Xian, Hua Yin, and the students of the medical college were doing for him. He was now standing in the heart of Acropolis City, weighing the stream of passing people that seemed to have no end. His heart was swamped with countless emotions. He had finally returned. He had left his home for almost 4 months prior, but it felt like those memories were from over 1,000,000 years ago in a time that he'd long forgotten. No words that have been born since ancient times until now could perfectly describe his current feelings after he stepped on the land that had nurtured him, raised him, and made him into Qin Feng. How are you, Acropolis City? Ling Xian, Bei Bei, Lu Wenjing, Lu Xiaojia, Bai Qing, Li Yuchun. How had you all been? Qin Feng was excited. He wished he could return to his women now and see how they were doing. However, he had prepared a well-laid plan. First, he had to go to the first hospital and save Lin Bei Bei from her coma, and then rush to the Sima family to put an end to their everlasting grudges. Standing on the side of the avenue, Qin Feng flagged down a cab and went to his first destination, the first hospital. The cab driver was very chatty and enthusiastic. He seemed to have an endless list of topics in his mind that he could play at any moment to keep talking with his customers. Mate, you're not from here, right? Is someone close to you in the hospital? My woman is in the hospital now, Qin Feng replied. Wow, so you're going to be a father soon? You look young though. Anyway, congratulations, mate. The cab driver smoked while he was driving. He exposed his yellow teeth whenever he laughed. Qin Feng's mouth quivered. He quickly changed to another topic. Acropolis City seems different from what 4 months ago. Many shops have closed down, and some of them have changed their names. Heh, you don't say. The situation in Acropolis City these 3 months has been pretty stormy. Everything, almost everything, here has undergone a huge change. It's a long story, and it's even more interesting than those wuxia novels. The difference is that it's real. The cab driver was excited. The 4 largest familial clans of Acropolis City used to be the Qin family, the Sima family, the Hao family, and the Zhou family. They had been living in peace without encroaching on the precincts of one another. However, 3 months ago, it seemed that their negotiations on deciding their territories got ugly, and all of them waged war against one another. It was a huge fight. The Hao family, the Zhou family, and the Qin family fell one after another, leaving only the Sima family, which is regressing day by day. They are now not even considered a third-tier familial clan. Of course, I've caught wind as well that they went into a fight not because of property right, but because of the young masters. They had been competing about which of their families were richer, and they got into a fight. When they could not come to a conclusion, the whole event developed into a tangled war between the 4 large familial clans. The cab driver was very excited, and he could not stop. Hey mate, let me tell you something. Please don't spread the news to other people. Actually, somebody slipped me the inside dope. The 4 large familial clans waged war against each other not because of the problem of territory or the competition between 4 young masters, but because the person who caused all of this was the first hedonistic young master of Acropolis City, Qin Feng. He hooked up with the other 3 young masters' women, and what's more, he even slept with their women. The phrase goes that men are like the siblings, while women are like shirts. When you wear another man's shirt, what is he going to wear, then? It's so embarrassing, right? After the other 3 young masters discovered what Qin Feng had done, they were on fire. They combined their family's power and unleashed a full assault on the Qin family, completely wiping them out of the game. That Qin Feng, AI, he's a pest. I've caught the wind that he had slept with every beautiful woman in the Acropolis City. Thank God that my daughter is ugly. Otherwise, she might have fallen into his sex-driven claws too. The cab driver continued to blabber on and on without stopping. Qin Feng's face darkened. Pull over now. The cab driver was stunned. Pull over now, mate? But we haven't arrived at the first hospital yet. Stop now, or I'll beat you. Qin Feng originally thought this cab driver was an enthusiastic and good person, and he had a pretty good impression of him. However, it was gone now. Screech. The cab driver abruptly came to a halt, and Qin Feng just got out of the car. Hey, you still haven't paid me yet, mate, the cab driver yelled. You should thank the God that I haven't hit you, Qin Feng said as he stared at the driver cab. He then became a blur and vanished among the sea of people. Initially, Qin Feng wanted to go to the first hospital, but listening to the cab driver's plain moonshine had driven him crazy. He was certain that the cab driver would be dead if he did not get out of the car. Qin Feng was familiar with the alleys and roads of Acropolis City. He was now not far from the first hospital, and he could get there walking. Fei Tian bar? Qin Feng stopped, raised his head, and looked at the majestic bar. His mouth curled into a grin, and he entered the bar. Fei Tian bar had been the base for the Feng group Qin Feng established. Before he left, he'd ordered Long Hair, Wild Wolf, and Baldy to assist Lu Wenjing in managing the Feng group. When Qin Feng was in Jindu, he received a notification from the system that the quest assist Lu Wenjing in unifying the power of Acropolis City's underworld had been cleared. This meant that the Feng group had become the largest group in Acropolis City, and since he was here, of course, he had to visit his former compatriots and Lu Wenjing. In the office in the deepest part of Fei Tian Bar stood Lu Wenjing, Long Hair, and his two brothers. The office was 100 square meters wide. Inside, there was nothing notable aside from a book rack, a couch, and a working desk. It was a spacious office, but now, it was crowded full of people. Roughly 50 people stood behind Wild Wolf and Baldy facing Lu Wenjing, Long Hair, and 4 of their minions. Wild Wolf, Baldy, what are you guys up to? Are you planning a rebellion in Big Brother Feng's absence? Long Hair had sustained an injury, a large laceration caused by a machete across his arm. Blood was spurting out of it, and his face was grotesque with pain and anger. Regardless of his dire situation, he protected Lu Wenjing's back and confronted Wild Wolf and Baldy head-on while yelling at them. Baldy and Wild Wolf laughed. They measured Lu Wenjing with a meaningful expression. Lu Wenjing was wearing a white sports suit, and a fresh young vigor erupted from her. Her body was in tip-top condition, and her legs were long and white. Long Hair, I'm giving you this last chance since we've braved through countless dangers together. Leave now, or join us in the Guanglang group. Otherwise, we'll no longer be brothers. Guanglang group. It was obvious from the name that the group had been formed by Baldy and Wild Wolf. The Guanglang group now had 400-plus members, and all of them had come from the Feng group. 3 months ago, before the fight at the Amethyst Dragon Palace, Qin Feng had ordered Long Hair and his 2 brothers to destroy the Wyvern group and the Wild Wolf group to raise the Feng group to be the top group in Acropolis City. They never expected that Qin Feng would not return from that fight. Both of them thought Qin Feng was dead, hence the revolt. Heartless bastards. There is only one word to explain our life as underworld dwellers: loyalty. If it wasn't for Big Brother Qin Feng, we might be still living in a hell of our lives jail. How could we possibly have the chance to enjoy the auspicious life we have now? Put down your weapon and surrender now. Long Hair had pledged his full loyalty to Qin Feng, and he was disappointed at Baldy and Wild Wolf's betrayal. Ha ha ha, Qin Feng? He's dead. Baldy and Wild Wolf burst into a great gale of laughter. The Qin family has fallen. Either he is dead, or he has to run for the rest of his life. Do you think he still can come back to Acropolis City? Don't be so naive, Long Hair. Not only do I want to take over his phone group, I want his woman too. Lu Wenjing, come to my side now. I'll serve you well every night. Better than Qin Feng. Ha ha ha. Pooey, shut up. Lu Wenjing's face blanched in from her anger. Long Hair felt he did not need to say anything further. He grabbed his machete and swung it at Baldy's shiny head. Fuck you. How dare you want to kill me? Starting from now on, you are not brother anymore. Growing angry, he gestured with his hand, and the 50 or so minions behind him ran forward. Long Hair had a strong build. His attacks were pretty effective, and he killed 3 people with just a swipe of his machete. However, they had the numerical advantage, and before Long Hair could continue with his attack, his back was hit by 2 minions with metal pipes. Crack! His bone cracked, and he yelled, "Sister-in-law, run, run now." Lu Wenjing was stunned. She never imagined that the Feng group would become like this under her guidance. The last memory she had with Qin Feng was when Lu Shaojie brought Qin Feng back to their house to introduce Qin Feng to her. The situation had been awkward, but it was also thanks to that reunion that they could solve their conflict. Both of them walked through the greenery outside the villa. Their surroundings had been filled with the smell of nature, and the breeze had been comfortable. Qin Feng hugged Lu Wenjing lightly in his arms and gifted her his Lamborghini Murcielago. Lu Wenjing reciprocated by kissing him. Before they parted, the last words Qin Feng said to her were, I'll leave the phone group in your hands. Please help me to take care of it. Chapter 479, The Hell of Death. Chapter 479, The Hell of Death. I'll leave the phone group in your hands. Help me take care of it. For months had passed, and Qin Feng's words were still in her ears as if he was beside her. Lu Wenjing had promised Qin Feng, I can't allow the phone group to perish. She knew the situation now was very dire, but she had no way to escape. You bunch of bastards. Get the fuck out of here now, or I'll kill you all. Holding a machete in her hand, Lu Wenjing threw herself into the skirmish. The adrenaline rush had sparked her memories of the night Qin Feng fought alongside with her and the one group in the garden behind the pedestrian street. Qin Feng was a great asset, and with Lu Wenjing's bravery that knew no bound, they confronted and destroyed hundreds of members of the Wild Wolf group. Pfft! Lu Wenjing's attack was too sudden, and before her target could react, he was already cut down. Then, she raised the machete again and brandished it at Baldy's head. Clank! The falling machete was blocked by a metal pipe wielded by Baldy, whose expression was distorted into a villainous expression. He shoved the metal pipe at Lu Wenjing's stomach, granting her a one-way ticket to the floor. Lu Wenjing was a woman, and it was tough for a woman to defend against a fully charged attack from a grown man. She cringed and writhed about on the floor in agony. Sister-in-law, run now. Run for your life. Similar to Lu Wenjing, long hair was pinned to the ground as well. When he saw Lu Wenjing was getting beat down, he struggled with all his might to free himself, but to no avail. His opponent had the numerical advantage, and one kick from every one of the group of 10 people was all it took to keep him down on the floor. Baldy, Wild Wolf, please, I beg you for the old time's sake, spare sister-in-law. You guys cannot lay your hands on her. By doing that, how is there any difference between you and a beast? Laying in a pool of blood, Long Hair had no more energy to continue fighting and could only beseech Baldy and Wild Wolf bitterly. Lu Wenjing arched her body and lay on the ground while the 4 minions that were standing behind threw away their weapons, seemingly surrendering to the Guanglang group. This battle was destined to end before it even started. Haha, those who resist against the Guanglang group are digging their own graves. Baldy laughed. Tisk, what a fine woman. You're just like one of the 7 fairies. I have always wanted to take you to bed every night when Qin Feng was here. And now, God finally heard my plea and granted my wish. All you need to do is just enjoy the whole process, sister-in-law. Ha ha ha. After he was done talking, Baldy threw himself at Lu Wenjing. Baldy was thrilled in his heart when he thought that he was about to sleep with Qin Feng's woman, as the proverb read. Feast on dumplings during the festival and play with your sister-in-law. Get away. Don't touch me. Lu Wenjing screamed as her last resort. How was there any possibility that Baldy would listen to her? As his filthy claws were going to land on Lu Wenjing's shoulder, a streak of white light flashed through the air, and his arm flew away into the center of the crowd before he could regain his senses. The assault of wind blades was fast. It was so fast that even after his palm had been severed from the rest of his body, he still could not feel the pain, and his blood would not flow. Holy moly! A hand? Whose hand is this? The severed palm with the fingers still chewing raised a hubbub among the crowd. Baldy was shocked. He stared in disbelief at his severed arm. Hey, where's my hand? How come my hand is gone? Pfft! Blood began to spurt out from where his arm was severed. A wisp of pain spread from his wrist, coursing through every end of his nerves in his body until it reached the top of his head. It was unbearable. There was nothing Baldy could do to ease the pain aside from covering his severed arm and rolling back and forth on the floor. Arg. Hurts. It hurts. Where is my hand? Baldy, what happened? Who did that? Wild Wolf was stunned, and the 50-plus minions of the Guanglang group were stunned. Nobody knew what happened and how Baldy's hand was gone in just a mere second. Shroom, shroom, shroom. An eerily silence hung in the area. Then, an ominous wind blew past. All they could see were streaks of white light, as bright as the lightning but filled with the cold aura of death. The wind blades had made contact with their victim, and people screamed. Pft, pft. The room was filled with the sound of blades slashing through human flesh and howling. Somebody had their face slashed. Somebody had their nose cut off, and somebody had lost their ears. These were the less severe cases. There were people who had their limbs chopped off, while some even lost their heads. It was hell. The people of the Guanglang group, who were very confident, had fallen into the uttermost depth of hell. Their blood was scattered in all directions, and the wind blades shredded the group of people into a disorderly pile of limbs and dead bodies. There were only dreary cries and screams in the room, yet nobody knew what was going on. Lu Wenjing and Long Hair were flabbergasted. They arched their bodies to take a defensive stance on the floor to reduce the area of contact for the white rays of light, since losing an arm or a leg was the last thing they wanted. After they observed for a few minutes, they realized that the white rays of light seemed to have eyes, as they only target the people of Wild Wolf Gang. A few traitors beside them had been shredded to pieces, while Lu Wenjing and Long Hair still remained unscathed. The whistle of the wind that was more horrible than the laugh of a demon finally came to an end. The white rays of light disintegrated, and dead silence hung in the room. Stagnation surrounded the remaining survivors, as they refused to utter a syllable even if they were pained to death. They had never been so frightened since they were born. Baldy, Wild Wolf, how dare you two try to overthrow me? A chilly voice echoed and stunned the remaining people to their cores. Baldy and Wild Wolf were slightly stunned before a shocking expression crawled over their faces. The voice was somebody they were very familiar with. It was the voice of Qin Feng. Qin Feng? Has he returned? Qin Feng? Is that you? Lu Wenjing yelled enthusiastically. She crawled up from the floor and craned her neck, looking over to the door. In the doorway stood a strong man in a fine suit. He was Qin Feng. With a light hop on his feet, Qin Feng closed the gap between Lu Wenjing and him in a second and arrived at her side. Lu Wenjing was shocked by how strong Qin Feng had become. Has he transcended into a deity? Jing, are you all right? Qin Feng pulled Lu Wenjing into his arms and transmitted his inner qi into her body, easing Lu Wenjing's pain. Qin Feng, it's really you. You have returned. Lu Wenjing had just undergone the trial of death, and when she thought she would never be to see Qin Feng again, he appeared. The only thing she could do now was hug Qin Feng tightly, as no words could describe her current feelings. Where have you been, Qin Feng? I've been so worried about you. Qin Feng's heart wrenched. He caressed Lu Wenjing's silky hair to comfort her. He did not dare to think of the consequence if he had been late even a minute, as the consequence was too ghastly to contemplate. I'm fine, don't worry. Go outside first. I have to settle something here first. Qin Feng then hugged Lu Wenjing in his arms and retreated to the office. The office reeked of the smell of blood, and Qin Feng feared that it would nauseate Lu Wenjing. Be careful, Qin Feng. Lu Wenjing clawed at Qin Feng's arm. She was unwilling to tear herself away from Qin Feng since she had just reunited with him. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I'm just going to help you take some revenge. They were digging their own graves for laying their filthy claws on my woman. Qin Feng was dominating. Even though Lu Wenjing had not given him an answer yet, she did not refute when Qin Feng hugged her and called her his woman. Instead, her heart was warmed. Okay. I'll be waiting for you here. Oh yeah. Please spare Long Hair and don't kill him. He's on our side. Okay. Qin Feng left Lu Wenjing to rest at the bar and returned to the office. Sanguinary. That was the only word to describe the current situation inside the room. It reeked of the stench of blood. The people of the Guanglang group still had not returned to their senses. None of them had forecasted that Qin Feng would survive that battle, much less expect he would become stronger than last time. Long Hair, come over here, Qin Feng ordered after he glanced at Long Hair, who was laying in his own blood. Qin Feng's call had snapped Long Hair out of his confusion. He dragged his body up and went to Qin Feng's side. Welcome back, young Master Qin. It must have been tough days for you, Long Hair said respectfully. Qin Feng was satisfied with Long Hair. Qin Feng had regarded Long Hair as his own brother after Long Hair had stepped forward to bear the guilt of killing Zhou Kai last time. Qin Feng waved his hand, and a blood-red pill appeared in his palm. He extended it to Long Hair and said, "Go out now. Protect your sister-in-law at all cost and take this." Long Hair was an ordinary person, so he did not know what it was or how much the thing was worth. He gladly accepted the gift from Qin Feng and retreated from the room. There were only Qin Feng and 50 or so people from the Guanglang group in the room. Qin Feng was relaxed, unlike the people of the Guanglang group. They were scared. Fear had overtaken them, and they quivered. Feast on dumplings during the festival and play with your sister-in-law. This is one of my favorite lines. However, to play with your sister-in-law, first, you must be strong, or else, you will be dead before touching your sister-in-law, Qin Feng scoffed. Young Master Qin, it's my fault. Please spare. Baldy kowtowed for mercy. It was just before he could finish his sentence that a white ray of light flashed. Pfft! Baldy's head flew into the sky and blood splattered all around. It was too terrifying. The people of the Guanglang and Wild Wolf group screamed. With their 50 or so people and more than 100 pair of eyes, none of them could fathom what Qin Feng had done. All of them thought Qin Feng was not human anymore. He was a demon who returned from the netherworld to seek his revenge. Guanglang group? A combination of Baldy and Wild Wolf? What a lousy name. I don't like it. Qin Feng raised his hand and sent a streak of white light towards Wild Wolf, bifurcating him. Pfft! It was too gory. Some of them vomited. The mixture of the stench of blood and vomit was disgusting. The situation in the room was even more gruesome than hell. Please spare us, young Master Qin. We've been blinded and brainwashed by Baldy and Wild Wolf. We swear we won't do this anymore. Please spare us, young Master Qin. The remaining minions began to beg Qin Feng for mercy. They regretted everything, and if they were given a chance to go back to the drawing board, they would surely not betray Qin Feng. He was baleful and even more ruthless than a demon. Qin Feng's gaze swept across the people and sighed. You guys should know the rules well. You have to bear the unbearable if you live your life as an underworld dweller. It's essential to make the right choices. Get lost now. Don't let me see you all in Acropolis City ever again. Human life was not something he would consider since Qin Feng had transcended to stage foreigner Qi. He would kill a person without batting an eye. However, he was too kind. These bunch of wax-nosed peoples please hit his soft spot. Hearing this, they were relieved as they helped each other to exit from the room. Those who lost their limbs had to roll out of the room. All of them did not want to return to Acropolis City again for the rest of their lives. The room became empty again. Although Qin Feng did not show it, he was upset. Long Hair and his two brothers had followed him for almost half a year. Baldy and Wild Wolf had fought many hard battles and achieved notable merits for the Feng group. However, they betrayed him, and this was the truth, just like Han Ying and Su Ruoro. Until now, Qin Feng still had no idea how to face those two women. Chapter 480, The Best Memories We Had. Chapter 480, The Best Memories We Had. Suddenly, a silhouette of a human came into Qin Feng's mind. That person was the first minion Qin Feng gained in Acropolis City. Qin Feng's memories drifted back to the time when he battled Uncle Feng at the Amethyst Dragon Palace. After he'd broken through into Stage 2 Inner Qi in the midst of the battle, he defeated Uncle Feng and killed both him and Hao Yun, which indirectly incited the war between the Qin family and the Hao family. At that time, Zhang Biao stepped forward without batting an eye to be Qin Feng's whipping boy. After that, Qin Feng bought the super smoke bomb from the system to help Zhang Biao escape. He had no idea where Zhang Biao were, and how was he handling himself now. When Qin Feng exited the room, the minions of the Guanglang group had already gone. When his gaze swept across the bar stand, and he saw Long Hair and Lu Wenjing, he was stunned. Fuck. What are you doing, Long Hair? Qin Feng leaped to Lu Wenjing's side, grabbed her, and dodged Long Hair, who was lunging at her. Long Hair was acting weird. His shirt was nowhere in sight, and he was on the verge of removing his belt. If it wasn't for Qin Feng arriving in the nick of time, he would have already pounced at Lu Wenjing. Arg, 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 arg. Young Master Qin, please kill me. I can't stop myself from pouncing on sister-in-law. I'm not a human. I'm worse than a beast. Quick, young Master Qin, give me a quick one. Long Hair yelled as if he was torn apart by something inside his body. Qin Feng and Lu Wenjing were flabbergasted. Their faces were flooded with confusion. What are you doing, Long Hair? Why would you suddenly want to get fresh with your sister-in-law? You're not that kind of person, asked Qin Feng. Suddenly, Long Hair drew a dagger from his waist and repeatedly stabbed his thigh. Pfft! Blood gushed out his thigh in a torrent and almost splashed Qin Feng and Lu Wenjing. Before that, Qin Feng was angry, but now he was certain that Long Hair was possessed. But how the hell was he possessed? There was no sign of it. What happened to this guy? Qin Feng asked Lu Wenjing. Lying in Qin Feng's arms, Lu Wenjing gawked at Long Hair and slowly shook her head. I know no more than you, Qin Feng. He was perfectly fine a minute ago, and he never showed any sign of affection to me before. He's never crossed the line, and he was the only one stayed by my side when the phone group was overthrown by Baldy and Wild Wolf. He's not that kind of person that would take advantage of the fairer sex. Then, footage rammed into her memories as she continued. Oh yeah, he took a red pill just now. I wonder if that is what made him go crazy. Qin Feng knew it was the blood chi pill the moment Lu Wenjing told him about the pill. Could it be the blood chi pill has an adverse effect on an ordinary person? The last bit of suspicion in Qin Feng's heart was gone as he was certain that Long Hair would not be so dumb to violate Lu Wenjing in front of him. Long Hair, how do you feel? Young Master Qin, I'm so useless. I want a woman now. Any woman would do. Long Hair could not hold the burning desire anymore. The beast within him almost broke out of its cage, and he was sure that he would explode if he wasn't given a woman now. He then added, even a sow is good enough. Qin Feng's mouth went crooked. He never expected that the blood chi pill would induce such effect if an ordinary person consumed it. The effect was even more potent than a box of Viagra. Go, go, go. Go find yourself a woman. There should be many women who want to sleep with you. Qin Feng gestured with his hand to shoo Long Hair away. Thank you, young Master Qin. I'll definitely come back to you to ask for your apology once I've been off my desire. Long Hair turned into a breeze of wind and vanished after he got the nod from Qin Feng. Holy goodness. He has broken into stage 2 inner chi. Seems like he's pretty suitable to practice martial arts. Qin Feng was flabbergasted at Long Hair's fantastic development. Qin Feng, what is stage 2 inner chi? Asked Lu Wenjing curiously with her face flushed and eyes blazing. Lu Wenjing's question had sparked Qin Feng of an idea. He had 10 of the blood chi pills left, and he could give them to each of his women. After they had broken through to stage 1 inner chi, they wouldn't be left unarmed when they were troubled by delinquents. Jing, take these 2 with you. One is for you, and one is for Xiao Jia. After you've consumed the pill, don't be nervous when you felt a gush of qi surging in your body. That is normal. Qin Feng handed 2 blood qi pills to Lu Wenjing. Lu Wenjing studied the blood qi pill for a long time, but she could not see what was special about the 2 pills in her hand aside from their uniquely thorough red color. Qi? What is that, and what is the use of it? And will we react the same way Long Hair did after we take the pills? A bright pink yet again rose onto Lu Wenjing's cheeks as she began to ponder if Qin Feng had given her some drug to arouse her sexually. He's still the same. Such a pervert. Qin Feng's mouth quivered. He quickly explained himself. Please don't misunderstand me, Jing. This really is a very precious pill. To put it more bluntly, it can transcend an ordinary person into a powerful entity. Didn't you realize that Long Hair's movements have become much agiler and faster? It's all thanks to the pill. It's heightened his ability. Why the pill aroused his sexual desire, I can only guess that is a personal reason. Everybody should experience a different effect. Lu Wenjing was relieved after Qin Feng explained it to her. Besides, Lu Wenjing believed that if Qin Feng really wanted her body, he would not have to go through so much trouble. All he needed to do was bring her to a romantic area and beguile her into consenting. Amazed by the effect of blood qi pills in her hand, Lu Wenjing exclaimed, "That's amazing. By consuming this pill, anyone would be Superman. That's right. And when I mean powerful entity, it would definitely stronger than the powerful entity you've imagined. It's hard to put into words. You and Xiao Jiao will understand that once you've taken the blood chi pills and stepped into the world of martial artists, Qin Feng explained patiently to Lu Wenjing. This pill, it must cost a town, right? Lu Wenjing carefully secured the blood chi pills in her palm, as she was afraid of losing it. Yes, you're right. It's pretty expensive. One of these cost about 5 million yuan or more, but I feel it's worth it if I give the blood chi pills to you and Xiao Jia, Qin Feng said proudly. Once again, he'd entered his girl-teasing mode. What? 5 million yuan? It's so expensive. That means 2 of these cost 10 million yuan. I can't take these, Qin Feng. It's too expensive. Besides, Xiao Jia and I should need these pills. Lu Wenjing became wired. She had subconsciously treated Qin Feng as her family, and she felt bad spending a heap of Qin Feng's money. It was especially tough for Lu Wenjing, who managed her house industriously and thriftily. I couldn't care less about it. It's just numbers. Keep them for yourself. If not, I'll get angry, Qin Feng said in a serious tone. Having no other ways to dissuade Qin Feng, Lu Wenjing carefully slipped the blood chi pills into her pocket after she remembered that she had received a 5 million yuan racing car from him already. Everybody was so damn worried about you after your disappearance. Xiao Jia's been mumbling about why you have not visited her for such a long time. Why don't we go back now and give her a surprise? Suggested Lu Wenjing. Qin Feng pulled the overly excited Lu Wenjing into his arms and said sternly, I still have an important task to handle. I'll go visit Xiao Jia next time after I get my job done. Hearing this, the feeling of loss and disappointment gushed out and overwhelmed Lu Wenjing, and he asked, Are you gonna leave now? Where are you going? Will you really come to visit us? Qin Feng could feel that Lu Wenjing had become even more attached to him after his return. He caressed her mellow and smooth as jade neck and beamed, I'll be staying a little longer in Acropolis City, so I'll visit you too after I get myself free from my job. Long Hair has become much stronger now, and I believe that with him at your side, you should be able to reform the phone group. Long Hair had catapulted into a Stage 2 inner chi expert after he consumed the blood chi pills. As such, it was more than enough for him to reform the phone group. Qin Feng then continued, Remember to take the blood chi pill with Xiao Jia when you get home. By that time, you two should have become much stronger than you are now. It would ease my worries a little. Okay, take care of yourself though. Xiao Jia and I will be waiting for you at our house. Lu Wenjing was reluctant to let Qin Feng go after they'd just reunited for a short amount of time. Clearly, Qin Feng had sensed that Lu Wenjing was reluctant to part with him, so he did not leave too soon. Besides, Lu Wenjing had just gone through the internal strife of the phone group falling apart, so he had to stay for a little while longer to comfort her. Qin Feng hugged Lu Wenjing in his embrace, fondled her soft and delicate body, and looked back upon the great and sweet memories they had made together. Both of them chatted for a long time. Starting from the day they met each other at the Fei Tian bar, only then did they realize that they'd gone through a lot of things together. Every moment and every trial that they had gone through together had become the unforgettable memories for them both. Qin Feng was thrilled when he talked about how Lu Wenjing formed the one group just to browbeat everybody to fight with the phone group. Furthermore, only now did Lu Wenjing realize that those who joined her one group had no other objective but to get their hands on her body. It was after Qin Feng had beaten them that Lu Wenjing was able to protect her chastity. Lu Wenjing was touched, so she pressed her body harder against Qin Feng's arm and disregarded the fact that her boobs were distorted as the pressed against Qin Feng's arm. Lu Wenjing then talked about the automobile show beside Lotus Lake. The downfall of the one group was the toughest time for Lu Wenjing. She had run out of money to pay for her and sister's tuition. Due to this very reason, she picked up a part-time job as the automobile exhibition showgirl. Little did she know that she would encounter a rogue who would secretly take a picture of her dress. Then, Qin Feng appeared again and saved her from the sticky situation. At that time, Lu Wenjing still held a grudge against Qin Feng because she could not forgive Qin Feng for betraying the one group. Hence, in order to teach him a lesson, she purposely led him to the normal university and pretended to be very close to him. All of that was to summon her suitors to attack Qin Feng. Qin Feng, do you still remember the Lover's Bridge at the Normal University? Lu Wenjing asked as she looked at Qin Feng with her starry eyes. Of course I do. The Lover's Bridge has a saying that once a man holds a woman's hand and walks over the bridge, they will become a couple in the end. Qin Feng nodded. We've walked over the Lover's Bridge and now, we're really together. It seems that the myth is true. Lu Wenjing felt that they had transitioned through time and returned to that day on the Lover's Bridge when the wind was mild and the sun was bright. Then, you'll be my concubine for life. Qin Feng offered Lu Wenjing a seductive and wicked grin. Lu Wenjing's smile froze. She pinched hard at Qin Feng's thigh. Nonsense. I'll be your lover for life. Why would I be your concubine? Sorry, my tongue slipped. You said it yourself. You'll be my lover for life. Qin Feng had not gone steady with Lu Wenjing before. Now, they had finally made their relationship clear. Aya, how can you trick me? Lu Wenjing understood fully that she had fallen into Qin Feng's trap. Chapter 481. Save Lin Bei Bei from her coma. Chapter 481. Save Lin Bei Bei from her coma. Slowly, the autumn wind crept in and filled every inch of the city under the gathering dusk. A dark figure leaped across the skyline outside the first hospital of Acropolis City into an ICU room. Mother Lin's eyes caught a glimpse of the figure hiding behind the curtain, and she screamed, "Who's in there?" Dongfang Mingwang had had his legion of professional bodyguards looking after Mother Lin and Lin Bei Bei, safeguarding the perimeter day and night, just as Qin Feng had asked him. Meanwhile, Mother Lin stayed by Lin Bei Bei's side and prayed to God that her daughter might wake up from her coma one day. However, her call wasn't heard by the one residing above in the heavens. 5 months had passed in a blink of an eye, but the woman on the bed did not show any sign of improving. The figure then emerged from the curtain, and he wiped a bright beaming smile on his good-looking face. "Auntie, I'm back." Mother Lin's body quivered. She remained frozen on the floor. Astonishment flooded her rugged face full of wrinkles. Mother Lin was in a daze for quite a long time before she recovered. She dashed toward Qin Feng and hugged him tightly. Qin Feng? Is that really you? You've returned? Where have you been all these days? I've been worried sick for you. Both Bei Bei and you are good children, but why does God have to fill both of your lives with miseries? I missed you a lot, Qin Feng, Mother Lin said in a broken accent, crying heavily. I've been praying day and night, hoping that you were still alive somewhere and that Bei Bei will awaken from her coma. Thank God that he finally heard my plea, and you really are still alive. I'm too happy. Qin Feng was touched. He had no memories of his own mother. After all, he lost her when he was born, and it was Qin Huang who single-handedly raised him. Throughout all these days, he had no idea what was meant when people spoke about maternal love, until today, when Mother Lin locked him in her arms, and he remained quietly in her warm embrace. The maternal love that he'd never known seemed to be gradually making itself known to him, and his frozen heart began to melt. Mother Lin had long since regarded Qin Feng as her son-in-law-to-be, the closest relationship to being her real son. A lump was forming in his throat as he worked very hard to force a few words out of his mouth. Please forgive me, Auntie. Forgive me for making you worry about me. Hee, silly kid. Don't say absurd things like that. As long as you two stay in peace, I'll be happy. Mother Lin caressed Qin Feng's head with lots of affection. For those who did not know their relationship, they would certainly think they were a mother and son if they were to see this footage. Click. Suddenly, the door to the room was shoved open from the outside. 2 men wearing black suits slipped through the cleavage between the door and stood beside Qin Feng before Mother Lin could stop them. Concurrently, 2 dark figures flashed from outside the window into the room and appeared behind Qin Feng. 4 of them surrounded Qin Feng in a blink of an eye, and Qin Feng could sense the murderous intent emerging from the 4 of them. Ah, it's you people. Don't worry. He is my son-in-law. He won't hurt us. Mother Lin quickly explained the situation to the 4 people. Mother Lin knew nothing about these 4 people aside from the fact that they suddenly appeared at their side and protected them around the clock after Qin Feng went missing. It was them who had fended off those who wanted to harm Lin Bei Bei. Hence, Mother Lin was grateful for them, even though she had no idea who sent them here to protect Lin Bei Bei. Are you people the bodyguards of the Dongfang family? Qin Feng asked the 4 bodyguards as he pat Mother Lin's shoulder to ease her tension. The 4 people's expression changed slightly, but they soon regained their composure. One of the men who wore a red bow tie stepped forward and shot a question at Qin Feng. Who are you? What's your objective in coming to this ICU? Why did you have to come into this ward through the window? I'm Qin Feng. What? You're Qin? No, young Master Qin? Please forgive us for not recognizing you. The 4 bodyguards changed their attitude and treated Qin Feng with deferential after they found out his identity. Seeing this, Mother Lin was certain that the 4 people had been sent by Qin Feng to protect her daughter. It was just that she couldn't think through her head why they had failed to recognize Qin Feng at first. No worries. You 4 may leave now. Secure the perimeter of this room and don't come in without my order. Qin Feng was clear in his heart why the 4 suddenly changed their attitudes. He'd agreed to the Dongfang family's marriage proposal, which made him the son-in-law of the Dongfang family. He might have even been considered as one of their superiors now. Roger. The 4 bodyguards took Qin Feng's order to heart and retreated from the room. After the 4 left the room, Qin Feng hastily walked to Lin Bei Bei's bed because he had waited for this moment for too long. Qin Feng, what made you return to Acropolis City? Have you settled all your enemies? You worried me. Following Qin Feng, Mother Lin came to Lin Bei Bei's bedside as well and continued to ask about Qin Feng's current situation. Qin Feng smiled at Mother Lin. Don't worry about me, Auntie. I'm fine. I came here today because I found a way to awaken Bei Bei from her coma. I'm here to save her. What did you say? You found a way to save Bei Bei? Mother Lin felt as though she had been struck by a streak of lightning, and her mind went blank. For months, she'd yearned for Lin Bei Bei to wake up from her coma. Mother Lin, why don't you take a walk? Perhaps by the time you return, Bei Bei will have already awakened. Qin Feng required absolute silence during the treatment process. As such, he did not want Mother Lin standing by his side because she would distract him while he was treating Lin Bei Bei. Mother Lin stayed blank for a moment before she came back to her senses. Her face was filled with tears of joy as her memories flew back to the night 4 months ago. That night, Lin Bei Bei went for a walk outside after she sent her the meal. Then, Lin Bei Bei was kidnapped, and by the next time she saw her daughter, she'd already fallen into a coma. If Qin Feng really could save Lin Bei Bei from her coma, and she could hear her daughter call her mom again after she came back from her walk, it was certainly a great thing for Mother Lin. Okay, I'll go now. I won't disturb you. Qin Feng, please save Bei Bei. Mother Lin quickly walked to the door, but she stopped at the doorway and looked at Qin Feng with an imploring look. Rest assured, Auntie, I'll try my best. Qin Feng nodded at Mother Lin. Mother Lin then slowly and hesitantly closed the door. After Mother Lin was gone, the room fell into a pool of silence as there were only Qin Feng and Bei Bei in the room. Qin Feng had not seen Lin Bei Bei for 3 months, but for him, it felt like a century. During his days in Jindu, he'd always thought about his women in Acropolis City in the still of the night. Amongst the women, Lin Bei Bei was the one he missed the most. Lin Bei Bei slept quietly on the snow-white bed. Her skin was pallid due to her torpor state, and she had not moved under the sun for around 5 months. Her silky, long hair was scattered around her shoulders, and her pace of breath was even. She looked like a sleeping beauty who had secluded herself from the mundane hustle and bustle. Qin Feng was absorbed by Lin Bei Bei's beauty. He swore that he had never seen another beautiful woman in this world that had the same fresh temperament as Lin Bei Bei or could compare to her. You could not tear your gaze away from her, and your heart would be instantly overwhelmed by the urge to protect her the moment you saw her. Bei Bei, did you miss me? Qin Feng placed his hand on Lin Bei Bei's forehead and helped her tidy up her hair. Sensing somebody was touching her, Lin Bei Bei frowned. The pores on her body tightened, and the fine hairs on her body stood on their ends, seemingly resisting being touched by others. Bei Bei, it's me, Qin Feng. Qin Feng ran his fingers around her delicate face and said in a soft tone. Hearing this, Lin Bei changed again. She loosened her locked brows, and her body began to relax. Even though she had no expression, Qin Feng felt that she was actually smiling at him. I've finally found somebody who could make me the blood chi pill. After you take the pill, before long, you'll wake up from your coma. At that time, you will be able to do what normal people do again. Walk, eat, laugh, and cry all you can. Qin Feng was excited while he spoke. Lin Bei seemed to be able to hear his words. Crystal clear tears glided down her cheeks. Qin Feng wiped the tears that stained her face. Then, he waved his hand and a red pill appeared in his palm. In the light, the blood chi pills seemed to be emitting a strange circle of light as the aromatic scent of the blood chi pills pervaded and filled every particle of air in the room. Feeling that he should not waste any more time further, Qin Feng placed the blood chi pill on Lin Bei's lips. Before the pill touched Lin Bei's lip, he retracted his arm as something crossed his mind. Right now at this moment, Lin Bei was in a coma, and he was certain that she could not chew the large blood chi pill, much less swallow it whole. Hence, Qin Feng placed the blood chi pill into his mouth and started chewing it. After he'd crushed the blood chi pill, he then leaned forward and pressed his lips onto Lin Bei's red cherry lips. He then stuck out his tongue and pushed the crushed blood chi pill into Lin Bei's mouth bit by bit. The rich herb flavors flowed in the duo's mouth. After Qin Feng had sent roughly all the pieces of blood chi pill into Lin Bei's mouth, he stuck his tongue even deeper into Lin Bei's mouth and twirled her tongue so that every last bit of the pill inside his mouth was transferred. After he'd transferred the last bit of the pill into Lin Bei's mouth, he then rose onto his feet to take a glass of water for her. Using the same method, he fed the water into her mouth as well. The process was tough and long, but Qin Feng was resilient. In order to prevent Lin Bei from choking, he fed the water to her slowly. Following the water, the blood chi pills entered Lin Bei's stomach and through the rest of her body. Qin Feng had not had enough of her. After confirming there were no traces of blood chi pill in either of their mouths, Qin Feng lifted Lin Bei up and lay her upper torso against the head of the bed. Then, he began to open her shirt. Outside the ICU, on the cue of Qin Feng, Mother Lin did really go take a walk in the garden behind the hospital. The 4 bodyguards of the Dongfang family stayed on guard outside the room. After contemplating for a while, the man with the red bow tie pulled out his cell phone and went into the corridor to make a call. Elder Dongfang, I'm sorry to bother you, the bodyguard said with respect as soon as the call went through. Anything? A deep and hoarse voice transmitted from the other end of the line. Elder Dongfang, Qin Feng is here. Qin Feng? He came to Acropolis City? Is he at the hospital now? Elder Dongfang was a bright person. He had a good grasp of the whole situation very soon. He's in Lin Bei's ward now, and he won't allow us to enter the room without his order. Just now, Lin Bei's mother exited the room as well. There are only Qin Feng and Lin Bei left in the room, and I don't know what are they doing. The bodyguard paused for a while before continuing. Oh yeah, Mother Lin called Qin Feng her son-in-law. The 4 bodyguards were there for 2 reasons. First was to protect the Mother Lin and Lin Bei. The second was to become Dongfang Mingwang's informants. They would contact Dongfang Mingwang as soon as Qin Feng showed himself in Acropolis City. After he fell silent for a while, he asked another question to the bodyguard. It was only that his tone of voice had changed. Is there any strange voices or sounds coming from inside the room? Chapter 482. Are you pretending to be asleep? Chapter 482. Are you pretending to be asleep? Qin Feng had met with Dongfang Mingwang in Jindu just the other day. At that time, Qin Feng had promised Dongfang Mingwang to be the victor of the Qin family's competition and become the next junior patriarch of the Qin family. After that, he would marry Dongfang Qin Shui, not take a concubine for the rest of his life, and treat Dongfang Qin Shui as his only wife. Dongfang Mingwang took Qin Feng's promise to heart, so he did not follow him. If he found out that Qin Feng had sex with Liu Bingbing on Ghost Mountain, cuddled with Hua Yin naked, and had sex with Su Qiuyu when he passed through Sky City, he might have smacked him to death. Elder Dongfang, the room is really well soundproofed, and I can't hear a word. Should I go inside? The bodyguard reported to Dongfang Mingwang without missing even the micro details. Dongfang Mingwang was silent for some time and he sighed. That's not necessary. Remain on your guard outside the room. Roger. After he ended the call, Dongfang Mingwang rose to his feet from a couch in his fiery red sleeping gown and walked down floor to a ceiling window. He looked in the direction of Acropolis City and lamented, "What a playboy, flitting from one mistress to the next. I won't constrain you before your marriage to Qin Shui. However, if you still play the field after you've married Qin Shui, I'll peel off your skin and pluck out your sinews." Lin Bei's body was covered by a flimsy patient cloth and nothing more. She didn't even wear undergarments. Qin Feng had removed her shirt. His sex desire was almost awakened from its slumber when he saw her fair collarbone. "No, I can't do this." Qin Feng quickly pushed down his desire and continued to remove Lin Bei's trousers. Please don't get it wrong. Qin Feng did not harbor illicit thoughts at all while he removed Lin Bei's garments. He only wanted to use the blood chi pill to save Lin Bei from her coma. Lin Bei had been in a coma for a long time, and her cells had regressed. It was likely that she could not effectively absorb the dense spiritual essence of the blood chi pill. Hence, Qin Feng was going to transfer his inner chi into her body to help Lin Bei absorb the spiritual essence faster. To transfer inner chi most effectively, the receiver should be naked. Also, Qin Feng could maneuver the inner chi inside Lin Bei's body with much higher precision. Swish. As if he had made a tough decision, Qin Feng grit his teeth and tore apart Lin Bei's trousers, setting free her slender, smooth as jade legs. Qin Feng could not resist and took a peek, and he was beguiled by the great finesse of her legs that he almost pounced on her. Chill. Cool down. It can wait until later. I can't do this to Bei while she is unconscious, Qin Feng said so to calm down as his inner chi had become overly agitated. He might blow to pieces if he did not calm himself down. The blood chi pill had spreaded into her body. It was quite effective as the blood chi pill had flushed her cadaverous skin. Sitting with his legs crossed, Qin Feng straightened his arms and placed his palms on Lin Bei's collarbone. Wisps of inner chi began to flow from his body through his palms into Lin Bei's body. They carried the spiritual essence across Lin Bei's meridians. Qin Feng's guess was right. Lin Bei was in poor health due to her vegetative state. Hence it was tough for her to absorb the spiritual essence. As such, Qin Feng had to transfer his inner chi into her body to carry the spiritual essence around her body so that she could absorb the spiritual essence faster. It was a dreary process, and it took a lot of strength and energy. Time passed slowly, and roughly after half an hour, Qin Feng's brows locked, and he was bathed in cold sweat. He felt that he was at his limit. Bei, wake up. Qin Feng called Lin Bei. His voice was getting weaker and weaker. A moaning slipped from Lin Bei's mouth. She could make sounds now. Bei, have you awakened? Qin Feng was thrilled. He called her a few more times, but she gave no response. Not daring to stop the process, Qin Feng continued to transfer inner chi into Lin Bei's body with his exhausted body. The work had taken a huge toll on his body, draining almost every bit of energy from his body until he finally could not keep up high-intensity work. His eyelids fell, and he collapsed onto Lin Bei's bosom. Because Qin Feng was facing Lin Bei, his face fell directly onto Lin Bei's body, and the spot where his mouth was facing was very particular. Qin Feng had fainted, so he did not know that Lin Bei's body was slowly absorbing the spiritual essence, enriching her meridians and blood vessels, and that her cells were slowly waking up from their torpor state. As Lin Bei's body recovered a little bit, her body absorbed the spiritual essence faster. This was a virtuous cycle. Lin Bei moaned again, and she slowly opened her eyes, studying dazedly her surrounding. I am in the hospital? Lin Bei murmured to herself as a segment of footage began to materialize in her mind. Even though she could not speak nor move in her coma, she still had her consciousness, and she could hear the voices of the outside world. Very soon, she remembered that Qin Feng always came to visit her and the honey words he said to her. Oh yeah, I remembered that Qin Feng was treating me just now. Qin Feng, what happened? Please don't scare me. Lin Bei's memories had recovered. She had regained her ability to move, so she pushed Qin Feng when she saw that he was lying listlessly in her arms. She pushed him lightly and suddenly, a bright crimson crawled up to her cheeks as she realized Qin Feng was kissing her private part. Was he purposely doing that, or was he doing it unconsciously? Only Qin Feng knew. Lin Bei's face flushed as red as a ripe tomato. Qin Feng, wake up now. I know you're pretending to be asleep, and if you wake up now, I'll take it as if nothing has happened. Lin Bei's voice was sweet and enchanting. She knew Qin Feng very well. He was the first hedonistic young master of Acropolis City, and Lin Bei surmised that Qin Feng was kissing her private part, so after she had woken up, he pretended to be sleeping. From what she knew of him, she felt Qin Feng really could do this kind of thing. If Lin Bei was her old self, she might have felt offended and kicked Qin Feng, but this was not the case for her now. She'd fallen in love with Qin Feng. Not only did she not feel offended and nauseated, she was actually a little bit excited. Her excitement was best shown when she wondered if Qin Feng would be disgusted at kissing her private part, since he was a person that paid a lot of attention to hygiene. Lin Bei called Qin Feng a few more times, but Qin Feng showed no response to her. Hence, she did not dare to move around, as once she moved a bit, Qin Feng's mouth would rub against her private part, and this would stimulate her. Just when Lin Bei was on the brink of an orgasm, Qin Feng stuck out his tongue and licked his chapped lips. He tasted some weird stuff in his mouth. Arg! Lin Bei screamed with her sultry and lovely voice. Qin Feng suddenly licked into her and almost made her orgasm. Lin Bei's fang voice pulled Qin Feng out from his drowsiness. He yelled, Bei, you've awakened? Qin Feng looked at Lin Bei, who was staring innocently at him with her large watery eyes. Her face was as red as a ripe tomato, and he was beguiled by her seductively charming appearance. Bei, you've finally awakened. I'm so happy. Qin Feng was excited. He pulled Lin Bei into his arms and almost suffocated her. Qin Feng, I can't breathe. Qin Feng knew that he almost suffocated Lin Bei, so he quickly released her and gripped her shoulders tightly and looked at Lin Bei with his eyes filled with fervent fondness. Lin Bei felt embarrassed, especially since she saw an opaque, crystal-like substance dangling from the corner of Qin Feng's mouth. She did not know whether it was his saliva or another thing. Either of them would make her extremely embarrassed, and she would have to find a hole and hide in. Qin Feng, thank you for saving me. Lin Bei lowered her head and murmured to him. Don't be so courteous, I'll get angry. Looking at Lin Bei's smooth as jade body, a charge of heat was sent directly to his groin. Lin Bei knew that she was naked the moment she woke up, but she did not say anything at all. With her face flushed, she bowed down her head and did not stop Qin Feng from looking at her naked body. Bei, try to get out of bed. I'll help you. Qin Feng excitedly grabbed Lin Bei and moved her down the bed. With the help of Qin Feng, Lin Bei then tried to move a little bit. My legs feel weak. I can barely move my legs, Lin Bei said as she walked with her unsteady gait. She still had the embarrassed look on her face as she was naked. This is normal. After all, you've been in a coma for almost 5 months. Don't worry, I'll help you walk a little bit more. Qin Feng then wrapped his arm around Lin Bei's waist and led her patiently. Slowly, Lin Bei's pace grew faster, and her stride grew longer. She had found her senses, and she could order her legs to move as she pleased. She was thrilled. Qin Feng, you can let me go now, I want to try. How can I manage with people helping me? Go and wash your face. Lin Bei felt awkward facing Qin Feng now as he had kissed her private part just now. Okay, be careful then. You can try to walk along the wall. Qin Feng thought Lin Bei wanted to get dressed, so she sent him off on some pretext. Even though Qin Feng loved how she looked, he felt it was still too hard for Lin Bei. Qin Feng went to wash his face in the washroom. After he exited the washroom, he was stunned by the sight before him. Lin Beibei did not get dressed. She was now laying on the bed, facing Qin Feng in a very seductive position. She moaned, "Qin Feng, I feel weird. I want you hug me." Qin Feng would never say no to a beautiful woman. Although Lin Beibei had shocked him, her seduction was too strong. Qin Feng closed the gap between them in a large stride and appeared at her side in the next second. "Qin Feng, slow down." Lin Beibei felt satisfied. The feeling was too great for her. Qin Feng realized he was indeed too fast. He then thought Lin Beibei was a first-timer, so he slowed down his pace. Time passed fast and half an hour was gone in a blink of an eye. Lin Beibei really had shocked Qin Feng. Mostly it was her who asked to change into the other positions. What's more, those were postures that were the most difficult. Qin Feng felt that most of his ladies looked cold and conserved, but when they were getting into it, they were wilder than one another. Lu Bingbing was like that. So was Su Qiuyu. He never thought that Lin Beibei would behave the same way as the previous two. Chapter 483, Deliberately Sleeping. Although half an hour wasn't long, what had he done? This was the first time Lin Beibei had met such a brave man. She felt as if her body was going to fall apart. She quietly laid in Qin Feng's embrace, feeling a bit shy. Lin Beibei had been too proactive just now, and now that she thought about it, she was shocked by her wildness. Would Qin Feng not like this kind of behavior? What if he felt like he was being frivolous? Lin Beibei fell in love with Qin Feng and became anxious. She had to think over every detail carefully and do her best to make Qin Feng satisfied. But as she thought about it, Lin Beibei's eyes lit up. She suddenly thought of something else and began to suspect that the pill Qin Feng gave her seemed to have some sort of aphrodisiac on it. "Qin Feng, actually there's no need for that." Lin Beibei buried her head in Qin Feng's embrace and said with a red face. Qin Feng was slightly surprised. "No need for that? Shouldn't I have touched you?" Qin Feng's heart tightened. Could it be that Lin Beibei wasn't ready to give him his body? "That's not what I meant." Lin Beibei was afraid that Qin Feng would misunderstand, so she suddenly became nervous. "Aya, you're dead, and you know it well enough that you're not willing to admit it." Lin Beibei was more certain that Qin Feng drugged her because why did Qin Feng strip her clothes off when he was treating her? Qin Feng had been kissing his place and waiting for him to wake up, so he pretended to be asleep. Now he was even playing dumb and confused. Lin Beibei was so embarrassed that she was about to die from embarrassment. "What do I know? I don't know." Qin Feng became even more confused. "Beibei, just say it directly if you have something to say. We're no longer outsiders." Lin Beibei unhappily glared at Qin Feng. She thought to herself, if you can't even say something like that, how can I, a girl, say it? Seeing that Qin Feng didn't want to admit it, Lin Beibei didn't want to pursue the matter anymore. Lin Beibei didn't mind Qin Feng doing this, so she thought Qin Feng wanted to change the topic. "Qin Feng, where's my mother?" Lin Beibei changed the topic. "Auntie went out for a walk. I told her that you would wake up after the walk. Aunt will definitely be excited to death later." Qin Feng smiled. Lin Beibei was also very happy in her heart. She knew that during this period of time, her mother worked very hard every day. Otherwise, it would be embarrassing if Mom saw it. Lin Beibei was a good and obedient woman. Now that she was Qin Feng's woman, she followed Qin Feng's every order. She had to listen to Qin Feng's instructions even if she wasn't wearing any clothes. "You're sick. Lie down for a while longer. I'll help you put it on." Qin Feng really liked Lin Beibei's good behavior and was considerate enough to help her get dressed. Lin Beibei didn't refuse. When she put on her pants, Lin Beibei opened her legs and saw that Qin Feng's gaze was starting to randomly stare. She was so embarrassed that she didn't know what to do while covering her face. Qin Feng didn't make things difficult for Lin Beibei. He quickly helped her get dressed, then sat on the bed and hugged Lin Beibei as he told her everything that had happened in the past few months. Qin Feng didn't hide anything from Lin Beibei. Kacha. At this time, Mother Lin had just returned from her walk. As soon as she entered the room, Her gaze fell upon the bed. "Mom, you're back." Seeing her mother, Lin Bei excitedly got off the bed. Mother Lin was stunned on the spot as she stared dumbly at her slim and graceful daughter. She felt as if they had been separated from each other for a lifetime. Tears immediately gushed out like a surging tide. "Bibi, my good Bibi, you're finally awake. You're really awake." Mother Lin pulled Lin Bei into her embrace, and the mother and daughter both cried loudly. "Mom, it's been hard on you." Lin Bei cutely wiped the tears from her mother's eyes. Mother Lin's eyes filled with tears of joy. She smiled and said, "Silly girl, why are you thanking Mother? We are a family, and there is Qin Feng. It's all thanks to him this time that you can wake up. Mother really likes Qin Feng. I think from now on, just thank him. Together, let's live a good life." Lin Bei shyly nodded her head. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for completing the blood chi pill and waking Lin Bei. The system rewards you with 1,000 hedonist points. The host has a total of 12,260 hedonist points. The system's notification rang out in Qin Feng's head. He walked over to the Lin mother and daughter. "Auntie Bei, you two should reminisce about old times. I'll be going out for a bit." Qin Feng, where are you going this late at night?" Mother Lin looked at Qin Feng with surprise and nervousness. She didn't think that he would leave right after waking Bei. Could it be that he didn't have any intentions towards Bei? "Qin Feng, why don't you stay with me?" Lin Bei carefully grabbed Qin Feng's hand and looked pitifully at him. She had heard Qin Feng talk about the recent events and knew that Qin Feng had a lot of enemies who wanted to harm him. Lin Bei was worried that Qin Feng was in a hurry to get revenge on the Chou family, but was worried about him and couldn't bear to part with him. Qin Feng was prepared to destroy the Sima family tonight, but when he saw Lin Bei's pitiful appearance, his heart softened. He hugged Lin Bei and smiled. "Okay, how about I take you out to play?" Lin Bei has been lying in bed for 5 months. When she heard that she was going out to play, she excitedly jumped up. Okay. Where are we going to play?" "Just follow me." "Auntie, will you come along to play as well?" Qin Feng looked at Mother Lin and asked. I'm not going to play along with you young couples. You guys go play. Be careful outside." Mother Lin rejected Qin Feng's good intentions. When she saw the sweet and warm scene between Qin Feng and the woman, the worry in her heart instantly dissipated. "Mom, do I have clothes in this ward?" Lin Bei looked at her hospital gown. How could she go out shopping like this? Mother Lin smiled as she went to the wardrobe and brought out a beautiful qipao dress. It was a beautiful qipao embroidered with a lotus flower design, and Qin Feng recognized it immediately. He had brought Lin Bei to buy this from the Chanel store in the Thousand City Square. I was going to wear this dress out, Mom. You know your daughter so well." Lin Bei excitedly hugged her mother and took her dress to the bathroom to change into it. 5 minutes later, Lin Bei walked out. She wore a tight pink dress, revealing her fresh and refined temperament. Qin Feng was enchanted. If Mother Lin wasn't here, he would pounce on her again and bully her. "Qin Feng, let's go." Lin Bei saw Qin Feng's burning gaze and thought of the crazy scene of the two. She blushed. "Auntie, let's go out to play." Qin Feng naturally embraced Lin Bei. Her lips curved into a smile. Okay, you guys go ahead. Bei is so beautiful tonight. Qin Feng, you have to protect her. Don't worry, Auntie. If anyone dares to bully Bibi, I'll make sure his clan is exterminated. Qin Feng and Lin Mu said their goodbyes. Mother Lin happily escorted the two of them out of the hospital. Qin Feng didn't drive, and the two walked along the street holding hands. Lin Bei just woke up, and taking a walk helped her quickly recover. Under the night sky, Acropolis City was brightly lit, and the streets were bustling with people even busier than the day. Lin Bei used to be envious of these couples, but she held Qin Feng's arm tightly and didn't know how sweet she was. "Bibi, you should be hungry. I'll take you to eat something, right?" Qin Feng looked dotingly at Lin Bei. "Great. You're so rich. why don't you treat me to something nice to eat? Lin Bei didn't stand on ceremony with Qin Feng because she knew that she was Qin Feng's woman. Royal family. The clubhouse is Acropolis City's #1 clubhouse. With Bei's identity, you have to go to the royal clubhouse to spend some money. Actually, that place doesn't even ma up to your status. Qin Feng spoke sweetly. Lin Bei knew he was joking, but she was still very happy in her heart. Young Master Qin is right. Now that I'm young Master Qin's man, I'll be under your wing and my status will be higher. Lin Bei was also joking. Qin Feng really liked the cheerful and obedient Lin Bei. He placed his hand on her chest and smiled evilly. Since you've basked in this young master's glory, then you have to put in some effort to pay for it. I think that when you go back tonight, you can wash yourself clean and properly serve this young master for the night. Lin Bei blushed, but didn't take Qin Feng's hand away. I can't do it tonight. My body is in pain. How about tomorrow night? Seeing that Lin Bei took him seriously, Qin Feng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He hugged Lin Bei even more tightly. I'm just teasing you. You've just recovered from your illness, so you should take care of your illness. Even if you wanted it, I wouldn't give it to you. Damn it. You're the one who wants it. I don't want it. Lin Bei was acting like a spoiled child in Qin Feng's arms. Qin Feng smiled even more happily. Then who was so active and wild in the ward? I think we need to record a video next time. Otherwise, some people won't admit it afterwards. Lin Bei was infuriated. Qin Feng clearly drugged her and made her act like that, but he was too embarrassed to say it now. Lin Bei slapped the hand that Qin Feng placed on her chest to stop him from touching it. The two of them were like a sweet newlyweds as they chatted and laughed and came to the royal clubhouse. Qin Feng stopped and raised his head to look at the grand building. Inwardly, he was filled with emotion. This place was the Qin family's property 3 months ago, and now, he didn't know who it belonged to. He came over just in time to ask around, and since he was back, it was time to reclaim his family's property. Let's go in. Qin Feng returned to his senses and carried Lin Bei into the lobby. Teacher, beauty, welcome. Once he entered, the beautiful hostess came to greet him. The old faces here had been replaced, but Qin Feng didn't recognize any of the new guests. What made Qin Feng curious was that they didn't seem to know him either. Although the Acropolis City's Qin family had declined and Qin Feng had disappeared for a long time, if it was someone who knew Qin Feng, they would definitely be surprised when they saw him. Open a private room. My woman and I will go take a rest. The interior decorations and style of the royal clubhouse hadn't changed. Qin Feng felt like he was going home. All right, please follow me. The two of them walked through the hall under the lead of the beautiful woman. They went all the way to the private rooms. The private rooms were not completely sealed off, but were separated by wooden sculptures. The environment was elegant and the class was high. Give me 2 steaks, 2 servings of mushroom soup, 2 servings of snacks, a plate of fruit salad and a bottle of red wine. Qin Feng didn't look at the menu and directly ordered. Bei, what else do you want to eat? Lin Bei hadn't eaten here before, nor would she order anything. She shyly shook her head. Whatever you order, I'll eat. Qin Feng smiled and patted Lin Bei's head. He looked at the waiter and said, Let's do these first. We'll order if there's not enough. All right, please wait a moment. The beautiful woman walked away. Qin Feng looked around casually. He used to come to the royal clubhouse often, but now he really did miss it. As he looked, Qin Feng's gaze suddenly turned cold. He saw 2 men and a beauty sitting in a private room opposite him, and Qin Feng recognized the 3 men. The 2 men were disciples of the Acropolis City's small family, and Qin Feng used to flatter them when they saw them. As for the beauty, she was the reason why Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. Chapter 484, Encounter with an Acquaintance. Qin Feng, what are you looking at? Seeing that Qin Feng was in a daze, Lin Bei waved her hands in front of him. Hee, it's nothing. I just came back all of a sudden. I was really moved. Qin Feng didn't mention anything about Han Ying. Even though he did, he felt a bit sad. Before Qin Feng left 3 months ago, he specially barged into Han Yingying's villa and became even stronger than her. Now that he saw this woman spending time with the other two rich young masters, Qin Feng felt a bit uncomfortable. Oh, I don't know whose business this is anymore, but I do miss this place a little. Previously, the waitress was sitting modestly across from Qin Feng. Now, she took the initiative to run up to Qin Feng and sit down. She obediently lay in Qin Feng's embrace with a blissful and sweet expression on her face. You miss this place too? Qin Feng asked. Humph, it seems like you've forgotten about it. It's really infuriating. Lin Bei pinched Qin Feng's waist and continued. My mom desperately needed money for surgery. In order to raise the money for surgery, I was forced to sell myself at the Royal Clubhouse, but the first customer was you. You didn't even ask for me at the time, and gave me 100,000 yuan to send me away. Of course, Qin Feng didn't forget. He only thought that Lin Bei would be embarrassed and upset if he said it, but now that the two of them were walking together, it would be a wonderful fate and memory to say it. You're still talking about it. At that time, I was spying on your beauty in class. That night, I nearly got you in my class. Even I didn't expect that I would actually be able to control you. Qin Feng smiled gently. Then why didn't you go up? Am I still lacking in your aesthetic standards? Lin Bei suddenly felt a little nervous. She knew that Qin Feng had played with many women and they were all top-quality beauties. Lin Bei was a bit scared. If Qin Feng stayed with her for a while, would he just get tired of her? How could that be? The national beauties of Bei are like heavenly beauties that have descended to the mortal world. It's just that you're different from the other women I've met before, plus we're still at the same table. I don't want to hurt you. Qin Feng was telling the truth, and Lin Bei was extremely touched. Very quickly, the dishes ordered by the two were served. Lin Bei rarely ate this kind of high-end food, so she didn't stand on ceremony with Qin Feng. She picked up her fork knife and began to eat the food. Qin Feng silently weighed Lin Bei eat and occasionally put his sliced steak on Lin Bei's plate. In the room across from Qin Feng, Han Ying, Fang Xing, and Zhang Hui sat at the same table. Fang Xing was the eldest grandson of Acropolis City's Fang family, while Zhang Hui was the eldest grandson of the Zhang family. 3 months ago, the two of them were used by Qin Yi and Sima Tu as pawns to deal with the Qin family, but that day, Qin Feng brought Liang Yu and Zhao Ling Xian to the Amethyst Dragon Palace to run into two people. Of course, there was also a kid called Li Xingliang who was with Fang Xing and Zhang Hui back then. The three families were all part of Acropolis City's 5 small families, and because of the Liang family's declaration of war, they had arranged for the 3 of them to go abroad, keeping a low profile from now on. They had originally thought that the 3 small families were going to endure the humiliation and not be able to move forward due to the suppression of the Qin family. Who knew that the heavens would not predict the future? 3 months ago, the Qin family suffered a great war and was obliterated. So the Zhang family and Fang family called Fang Xing and Zhang Hui back to the country, and the two families teamed up in an ambitious manner. Now, they had already stepped into the ranks of the new Acropolis City's 4 great families, and Li Xingliang's family was still a little afraid. Han Yingying wore a fiery red dress, revealing half of her voluptuous chest. Her delicate and charming face was painted with thick makeup, and she looked just like a queen. Although she looked like a flirtatious woman, no one dared to get close to her. Director Han, you really are a busy man. It's really difficult for me to see you again. Fang Xing had a fawning smile on his face as he looked at Han Yingying. Zhang Hui's attitude was also respectful. Han Yingying had taken over all of the Qin family's assets and became Acropolis City's richest woman. In addition to Han Yingying's beauty and sexy figure, all of Acropolis City's young masters had their eyes on her. Anyone who could marry this woman would never have to worry for their entire life. If you have something to say, just say it. I'm indeed very busy. I have other things to take care of later. Han Yingying took a sip of red wine, her every movement carrying a noble aura. Although Fang Xing and Zhang Hui weren't happy in their hearts, they also hid it in their hearts. Fang Xing continued to smile and said, Chairman Han, you have so many businesses in Acropolis City, Do you think you can give us a little something so that the other families can have a taste of the meat? Why? What qualifications do you have to do so? Han Ying's expression suddenly became cold as she said tyrannically. Killing intent flashed across Fang Xing and Zhang Hui's faces, and Fang Xing no longer had a mischievous smile on his face. He said in a neutral tone, "Director Han, business is about money. With your current attitude, I'm afraid it will attract a lot of trouble." What trouble? Han Ying smiled playfully. Director Han has taken down all the properties of the previous Qin family, making him the largest merchant group in Acropolis City. There is no doubt about this matter. But this is a Acropolis City after all, and Director Han is a person from Jincheng City. In order to do business here, you have to show some gifts, otherwise, our relationship will get out of hand, and it will not be good for everyone. Fang Xing said with a cold expression. Are you guys threatening me? Han Ying didn't seem to be afraid at all. It's good that you understand, Director Han. Some things that you say too clearly hurt your feelings. Our two big families have already made our decision. Give Director Han 3 days to think it over, and we don't need too much time. Just transfer the shares of this royal clubhouse, and in the future, our Fang and Zhang families will be good friends with Director Han. Fang Xing began to talk about the various benefits he could gain in an attempt to tempt Han Ying. Han Ying acted as if she didn't hear anything and sneered. Then what if I don't hand over any shares? Humph. Then, if you refuse a toast and don't eat a forfeit, Director Han's safety will be a real headache. Fang Xing laughed coldly. At this point, Han Ying no longer had any thoughts of staying. Just as she was about to leave, her gaze suddenly fell on a room diagonally opposite her. Han Ying's body shook violently as if something exploded in her head. Qin Feng, let's toast to celebrate how you saved me, and celebrate how I became your woman tonight. Lin Beibei didn't drink before, but she was extremely happy tonight. As soon as the red wine was served, she took the initiative to toast Qin Feng. Drink slowly, as much as you can drink. Qin Feng lovingly patted Lin Beibei's head, then shook the goblet in his hand as he slowly tasted the 82-year-old Lafite wine. Lin Beibei didn't understand this, so she treated it as a sip of beer. After hearing that they had a deep relationship, she felt a bit bored. Cough, cough. This wine tastes so weird. Lin Beibei's delicate and charming face wrinkled. She stuck out her tongue and fanned herself with her small hands. When Qin Feng saw Lin Beibei's cute appearance, he couldn't help but hug her tightly. Beibei, this is Lafite from 82 years. How can you drink it like beer? If you drink that just now, 10,000 yuan would be gone. Ah, what did you say? 10,000 yuan? Why is it so expensive? Lin Beibei jumped in fright and started to pin her throat with her finger. Qin Feng immediately patted off Lin Beibei's hand and asked with a frown, Beibei, what are you doing? Ah, this wine is so expensive. Just thinking about it makes me feel guilty. I want to spit out everything I drink. Qin Feng's mouth tweaked. Lin Beibei's appearance really made him cute. Don't. Spit it out. She won't give you the money back. Lin Beibei immediately stopped and looked at Qin Feng with an expression of realization. That's right. Then forget it. Since young Master Qin is rich, I'll take it as having your glory. Lin Beibei thought like this and didn't think much of it. Qin Feng smiled and patted Lin Beibei's head. Beibei, actually, kissing after drinking red wine gives you an unexpected feeling. Do you want to try me? Lin Beibei blushed and nodded slightly. Qin Feng hugged Lin Beibei and sat in his embrace. He lowered his head and began to kiss her passionately. Director Han, have you made up your mind? Fang Xing and Zhang Hui saw that Han Ying was still in a daze and impatiently urged her on. They thought Han Ying was pondering over the suggestion. I'm leaving first. Han Ying came back to her senses, and her face suddenly became pale. She felt as if all her energy had been drained from her body. She picked up her handbag and walked outside. The sweet image of Qin Feng and Lin Beibei kissing still surfaced in Han Ying's mind. This scene was what Han Ying imagined she would get every night. It really happened now, but the female lead wasn't her. Han Ying missed Qin Feng so much these past 3 months, but she didn't expect Qin Feng to really come back. He was carrying that little beauty from the royal hotel. From the looks of it, the two of them were really together. Han Ying thought that she was a joke because she went the wrong way and split up with Qin Feng. Han Ying spent her own money to buy all of the Qin family's businesses, and in these 3 months, the Qin family's businesses were thriving. She wanted to wait until Qin Feng came back and return the new royal group to him, then ask Qin Feng, "Can you forgive me?" Now that Qin Feng had returned, Han Ying no longer had the courage to walk in front of him and ask for his forgiveness. Now that Qin Feng had returned, but Han Ying no longer had the courage to walk in front of him and no longer have the face to ask for his forgiveness. Chapter 485 Sad. Damn it. Did she really think that no one in the Acropolis city would dare to touch her? It's just some smelly money. What's there to be proud of? Once Han Ying left, Feng Xing couldn't help but curse. As a young master of a large family, he was usually pestered by young ladies to curry favor with Han Ying. Now that he had tried so many times to curry favor with Han Ying and was ignored by Han Ying, it would be strange if Feng Xing wasn't angry. Brother Feng, this woman is too arrogant. I don't think we should continue negotiating with her. We should just ally with some forces and secretly destroy this woman. When the time comes, let her strip naked and beg us to let her go. Zhang Hui also growled with dissatisfaction. All right, then let's go back and report to our families that Han Ying doesn't know what's good for her and directly reject our suggestion. Afterwards, we will persuade our families to deal with her. Since Feng Xing had already made his decision, Zhang Hui was naturally in favor of it with both hands. The two of them got up with a belly full of anger. Just as they were about to leave, Feng Xing suddenly stopped as if he had seen a ghost. Brother Feng, what's wrong? Zhang Hui, look at the person sitting in that room. Why does he look so similar to Qin Feng? It can't be that I'm seeing things, right? Feng Xing pointed at Qin Feng's direction. Zhang Hui immediately looked over, and his expression changed greatly. Fuck. Brother Feng, that brat is Qin Feng. Last time, he made us miserable. This kid turned to dust. I know him. When they saw Qin Feng, Zhang Hui and Feng Xing's eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets. 3 months ago, the two of them were cheated by Qin Feng, and the name of the person who was cheated was almost changed by their family. They were sent abroad to seek shelter and not pay for their living expenses. When they saw Qin Feng hugging a beauty and eating her, the two of them smiled at each other and swaggered their way over. Screech. Wasn't this the Acropolis City's #1 young master, Qin Feng? I thought you were dead, but I didn't expect you to still be alive. Just as they arrived at Qin Feng's room, Feng Xing and Wu Feng sat on the sofa opposite him. They put their feet on the table and stared at Qin Feng arrogantly as they stepped on the steak and fruit salad that Lin Bei Bei hadn't finished eating. Hey, what are you doing? Quickly put your feet down. I haven't even finished eating that steak, and the red wine has also been spilled by you guys. How can you all do this? Lin Bei Bei frowned and glared at the two of them. Judging from their words just now, they were clearly Qin Feng's enemies. Feng Xing and Zhang Hui originally came to provoke Qin Feng, but when they saw Lin Bei Bei's face up close, they immediately reacted. They couldn't help but sigh with emotion at Qin Feng's ability to seduce girls and his foresight. Haha, beautiful lady, don't be angry. If worst comes to worst, brother will order another identical dish for you. What do you think? Feng Xing almost forgot to look for trouble with Qin Feng. He started to happily curry favor with Lin Bei Bei. I don't want it. Hurry up and leave. Lin Bei Bei hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly and glared unhappily at the two of them. Feng Xing wasn't angry. His gaze fell on Qin Feng and suddenly became cold. Humph. You are really unafraid of death, daring to return to Acropolis? Since your father meets you today, then let's properly settle our old scores. Don't just take the old account. We'll settle today's new account with you guys as well. Qin Feng hugged Lin Bei Bei with one hand and played around with her chest with the other. He looked relaxed and casual, clearly looking down on the two people in front of him. Feng Xing was very unhappy with Qin Feng's attitude. He kicked the table, causing the plates to overturn. Qin Feng, don't fucking pretend. The Acropolis City's Qin residence has already been destroyed. Do you still think you're the richest young master in the past? Wake up. Now, after you finish eating all the steak on the ground, I can consider leaving you a chance of survival. Young Master Fong is right. Qin Feng, you're not even a piece of dog shit right now. In my and young Master Feng's eyes, you're just a pile of dog shit. Zhang Hui agreed with Feng Xing. In the past, when the Qin Manor was the Acropolis City's 4 great families, the two didn't even dare to speak loudly to Qin Feng. Now, they could finally suppress him. He had to take care of Qin Feng. This feeling must not be too great. You guys are too bullying. Qin Feng, let's call the police. Lin Bei clenched her small fists in anger. She wasn't used to people insulting Qin Feng like this. Call the police? Haha. Little beauty, don't be so naive. Did that brat beside you use his identity as a hedonistic young master to deceive you? Don't believe him. He's not like that at the moment. If you want to live a good life alongside a rich young master, hurry up and come into Big Brother's embrace. Our Fong family is currently one of the Acropolis City's 4 great clans. Feng Xing smirked at Lin Bei, and Zhang Hui also looked ready to make a move. So that's how it is. I was wondering why you 2 little grasshoppers suddenly became so popular. So it turns out that your family has been promoted to become one of the 4 great families. I really want to congratulate you then. Qin Feng finished rubbing Lin Bei's left chest and began rubbing the right one. Lin Bei's face was completely red, but she couldn't bear to stop Qin Feng. Feng Xing and Zhang Hui were extremely excited, and they wanted to sweep positions with Qin Feng and pacify the little beauty. Qin Feng, it's useless to say anything good now. If you want to leave here alive, then kneel on the ground and finish the steak. Otherwise, I'll find someone to break your dog legs. Qin Feng had just congratulated the 2 of them, causing them to think that Qin Feng was afraid of them, which was why he said those kind words. This made Feng Xing and Zhang Hui extremely proud. They put on a haughty attitude and looked down on Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't seem to hear Feng Xing's threats and smiled. Don't misunderstand me, I didn't say anything good to you guys. I was congratulating you on your family being promoted to become one of the 4 great clans. But today, you 2 Wastrel's family will be destroyed. You 2 will be removed from Acropolis City from today onwards. Your evil family will be eliminated. So of course I have to congratulate you. Feng Xing and Zhang Hui's expressions changed greatly. They were so angry that they almost vomited blood. They didn't know where Qin Feng got the courage to say these words. Now that the Acropolis City's Qin family was destroyed, Qin Feng was nothing but a piece of dog shit. Hee, you brat, you can only play with your words for the time being. I can't even be bothered to look at you properly. Hurry up and give us the woman in your embrace to let us feel refreshed. Otherwise, I'll kill you right now. Feng Xing threatened Qin Feng. The killing intent in Qin Feng's eyes flashed, and he still smiled as he said, That's right. I saw you 2 sitting together with Han Ying just now. What were you talking about? Qin Feng didn't know why he was talking about Han Ying. Even though he didn't seem to care about Han Ying, he couldn't fool himself. After all, this was the first time Han Ying's heart had been taken away by Qin Feng. Qin Feng's topic changed too quickly. Feng Xing and Zhang Hui were slightly surprised, but very quickly, Feng Xing revealed a playful smile. Do you really want to know? You've been hiding away like a turtle for the past 3 months, so you definitely don't know about what happened in Acropolis City. After you left, Han Ying bought all of the businesses under the Qin family's name, and now she's become Acropolis City's richest woman, but this woman is really unrestrained. It's said that every night, she would hook up with a man to go home and sleep, and that slut woman also took the initiative to come to us and ask us to sleep with her. Oh, that's right. This kind of slut seemed to be one of the women young Master Qin had chased after before. Had young Master Qin ever fallen for her before? In short, I've played with her a few times. That woman's martial arts are really outstanding. Her figure is also indescribable. Feng Xing made up a bunch of nonsense, but Qin Feng took it seriously. At this moment, Qin Feng's eyes were completely red and his body was emitting a strong, cold killing intent. Lin Bei was so scared that she didn't dare to hug Qin Feng's arm anymore. Qin Feng, you what's wrong? Lin Bei carefully called for Qin Feng. Qin Feng suddenly stood up and glared at the Fang Xing duo. You can all go die now. Ai Hui, Ai Kai. Fang Xing and Zhang Hui reacted quickly as well. They were already on guard against Qin Feng. When they saw that Qin Feng was about to make a move, the two of them roared and more than 10 shadows rushed from all directions, surrounding Qin Feng and Lin Bei. Qin Feng, what do we do? Hurry up and call the police. Lin Bei looked nervously at Qin Feng. At this moment, she was truly afraid. Qin Feng's expression was cold, but he didn't say anything. Fang Xing and Wu Haoyu thought he was scared to such an extent. They immediately laughed complacently. Haha, who told you to be so fucking arrogant? Everyone attacked together and killed Qin Feng. Fang Xing and Wu Feng hated Qin Feng to death, so they didn't say anything else and just ordered their bodyguards to attack. There were about 15 to 6 black-clothed bodyguards in the surroundings who rushed towards Qin Feng in unison. Bang! A muffled sound rang out, but it wasn't Qin Feng. When Qin Feng attacked, there was the sound of wind blades cutting through skin. A white shadow leaped over, holding a round wooden stick in his hand. The wooden stick swept out, directly sending the 3 bodyguards flying, falling on the ground motionlessly. Damn it! Who are you? Do you know who Laozi is? If you know what's good for you, then don't meddle in other people's business. Hurry up and fuck off. Fang Xing was so infuriated that he cursed loudly. The other bodyguards also stopped in their tracks, shocked by the sudden appearance of this white-clothed youth's strength. Beside Qin Feng, a youth in white appeared. The man looked to be in his early 20s. He was tall and straight, handsome and fair. Looking at the bulging muscles on his body, one could tell that he was a cultivator. My friends, are you all right? The white-clothed man ignored Fang Xing's question and turned to look at Qin Feng. We're fine. You should leave. Don't cause trouble for yourself. Qin Feng felt grateful towards the youth's actions. However, Qin Feng could resolve this himself and didn't want to cause unnecessary trouble for the youth. No need to be courteous, my friend. Since I have already made my move, then this matter shall be decided. I was drinking at the table behind you and saw the two of you eating and chatting peacefully. In the end, these people came over to make trouble, and they were being unreasonable. The youth in white clothing added, My name is Yunze. Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't try to persuade Yunze anymore. Instead, he stepped forward and stood shoulder to shoulder with Yunze. You stinking brat, if you want to die, then I won't stop you. Go, cripple these 2 brats and capture that woman alive. I will fuck her. Swoosh. Just as Fang Xing finished speaking, before the bodyguards could react, a white light flashed. In the next second, Fang Xing saw one of his right arms fly out horizontally, scaring him so much that his eyeballs almost fell out. Young Master Fang, your arm. The arm that was sent flying hit a bodyguard at the back. The bodyguard didn't react and returned the arm to Fang Xing. Cluing his right arm with his left hand, Fang Xing stared dumbly at the scene before him. For a moment, he couldn't think straight. Zhang Hui suddenly came back to his senses and pointed at Fang Xing's severed arm. He was so scared that he couldn't even speak clearly. Young Master Fang. Your arm is broken. Fuck. You're the one who fucking broke this competition. I am a pure man. Where did this competition come from? Fang Xing was still confused. No, it's not a broken arm. It's a broken arm. Young Master Fang, your arm is broken. Ah, painful. So painful. Ew, I'm going to die from the pain. Before Fang Xing could react, blood spurted out from his mouth. A heart-wrenching pain spread out from his severed arm, and Fang Xing rolled back and forth on the ground. He didn't even have 2 hits before fainting. Hiss. As everyone saw this, they sucked in a breath of cold air. Even now, they still didn't understand. Lin Bei hugged Qin Feng's waist from behind and didn't dare to watch this bloody scene with her eyes closed. Even Yunze looked like he had seen a ghost. He was standing next to Qin Feng, but he didn't notice that Qin Feng made any moves. Who? Who is it? If you have the guts to stand out. The person on the ground is the eldest grandson of the Fong clan. Zhang Hui was already afraid in his heart, thinking that there was some expert hiding in the dark. As the sound of his voice faded, another white light flashed and landed on his right leg. Pussy eye. Zhang Hui, who had been screaming on the ground a second ago, lost his balance in the next second and fell to the ground, staring at his disappearing right leg in horror. Chapter 486. Provoke Qin Feng. Fuck. Legs, your father's leg is missing? Zhang Hui felt that what happened tonight was extremely strange. He even prayed that he was dreaming. Young Master Zhang, don't worry, you've found your leg. The bodyguard who picked up Feng Xing's arm came running back while hugging Zhang Hui's bloody right leg. He had picked up two young masters' arms and legs in succession tonight and was extremely happy. Damn it. Your father's leg is broken. It ended just like that? Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Who exactly is fighting against my Zhang clan and Feng clan in the dark? If you have the guts, then stand out. Don't be a cowardly tortoise. Oh no. Zhang Hui's incision began to spray out blood. He was in so much pain that he wanted to die. Even now, he still hadn't seen his enemy. This feeling was both terrifying and unbearable. Wah. Young Master Zhang, your leg is actually broken. What should we do? What should I do? The bodyguard that was hugging Zhang Hui's right leg finally came back to his senses. He was so scared that he threw his leg away. His thigh smashed right into Zhang Hui's head, causing Zhang Hui to faint. Ai Hui, why did you knock young Master Zhang out? The rest of the bodyguards returned to their senses and saw the scene of Ai Hui knocking Zhang Hui unconscious. Ai Hui jumped up in shock. He looked at the ferocious glares from the bodyguards and said, "It's not me. It's those two brats. I saw them earlier. They were the ones who used the hidden weapons and cut off the arms and legs of young Master Zhang and young Master Feng. Now that the two young masters are heavily injured, we should quickly capture them." Yes, it was these two who injured the young master. Let's attack together and capture them alive. The bodyguards snapped out of their shock. They were currently stuck in a dilemma, so they simply put all the blame on Qin Feng and Yunzhe. They wanted to fight the two of them. The weakest was an inner level 2 martial artist, and there was even an inner level 4 martial artist mixed in. Such a team of martial artists would be quite strong in Acropolis City, because even in Qin Feng's generation, an inner level 4 could be considered a martial cultivating genius. Brother Qin Feng, hurry and leave with your girlfriend. I'll help you block them for a while. The person in front of him was real. Yunzhe had a serious expression on his face. He was only an inner layer 3rd level martial artist, so he clearly wasn't a ma for these people, but he still bravely stood out. After all, the woman in Qin Feng's embrace was an ordinary person. Xiao, star, shu, shu, shu. Qin Feng didn't need to say anything because he had already done something. Qin Feng's hands continuously danced in the air. Streaks of white light flashed through the crowd like fireflies, fleeting and erratic. The bodyguards who were charging towards them were like a special effect shot from a movie. As they ran, they suddenly lost their arms and legs, and some of them even directly flew out. Some of them even landed on their heads, while some of them were still moving forward due to inertia. Lin Beibei was really scared. She couldn't help but squat to the side and spit on the ground. Yunzhe was a martial artist of the 3rd floor after all. Normally, he had accepted many quests in the Warrior Guild, so it was normal for him to fight and kill others. However, at this moment, his face had turned pale from the brutal scene before him, and goosebumps could be clearly seen all over his body. This time, Yunzhe saw clearly that these strange white lights were sent out by Qin Feng. Yunzhe couldn't see Qin Feng's true strength, and he only knew that if Qin Feng attacked him, he wouldn't even have the chance to resist. The sound of wind blades breaking through the wind and the howls of wolves rose and fell one after another. The originally quiet and cozy cubicle suddenly burst into an uproar. All the guests at the other tables have been frightened. Those who could come to the royal clubhouse to spend money were obviously well-known figures in Acropolis City. Almost everyone knew Feng Xing and Zhang Hui, and when they saw that the two of them were crippled and had their hands and feet broken, they didn't dare to cause trouble for Qin Feng. They had to thank the heavens for quietly running away. After a while, the wind blades disappeared, and the howls and howls of ghosts also died down. The compartment that was originally empty was now empty except for Qin Feng and Yunzhe standing there. The rest of them were lying in pools of blood. Xiu. Qin Feng sent out another 2 wind blades that hit Feng Xing and Zhang Hui's bodies. The 2 of them fainted from the pain before and were now awoken by the pain. You dare to make a move? You actually dared to fucking make a move. Do you know who's the boss in Acropolis? All 4 great families have changed hands, and you still dare to act so arrogantly. Qin Feng, you'll regret it. Feng Xing had just woken up, but he didn't see Qin Feng's peerless bravery. He was still yelling at Qin Feng. Swoosh! Before Feng Xing could finish his sentence, a wind blade slashed past him, and his other arm instantly flew into the air. Everyone was stupefied. They looked at Qin Feng as if they were looking at a demon crawling out of hell. In front of him, they felt as if they wanted to bow down and worship him. You're still fighting? You dare to make a move? Your father will make you wish you were dead. Feng Xing looked at the empty cuffs. They were already in a crazed state, and he didn't even care about the pain of losing an arm. He cursed Qin Feng like a madman. Qin Feng's expression was calm, as if he couldn't hear Feng Xing's howls. He slightly raised his hand, and a white light flashed. Pussy eye. This time, Feng Xing's left leg was cut off, but it didn't fly out. It landed right in front of Feng Xing, and Feng Xing's curses came to a stop. Looking at his last remaining right leg, he finally came to his senses. Qin Feng was back. He really was back. His victorious return was here for revenge. He no longer needed to rely on the Acropolis City's Qin family's influence. In fact, with Qin Feng's current abilities, he could revive the Acropolis City's Qin family. Young Master Qin, Big Brother Qin, Young Master Qin, Old Master Qin, Father Qin, Ancestor Qin. Please spare me. I don't dare to offend you anymore. In the future, if I see you, I will immediately scram. I beg you, please let me go this time. Feng Xing had finally returned to reality, directly kowtowing and begging for mercy. Zhang Hui also came back to his senses. He looked at Feng Xing, then at himself, and the gloominess in his heart from having one of his legs broken suddenly dissipated, and he started to kowtow and beg for mercy. Father Qin, Grandfather Qin, Ancestor Qin, you have a lot of people. Just let us go like farts. Qin Feng felt disgusted when he saw how the 2 of them were being so cheap and cheap. He picked up Lin Bei, who was squatting on the ground, and gently placed her on a comfortable spot in the air to let her rest. Qin Feng, be careful. Lin Bei suddenly grabbed Qin Feng's arm with a nervous and worried expression. Qin Feng tapped Lin Bei on her red lips, patted her head, and smiled. It's fine. Sit here and rest. I'll be right back. When the crowd saw this scene, they were also speechless. When Qin Feng returned to stand in front of everyone, Feng Xing and Zhang Hui took the lead, and the rest of the lackeys, like the 2 young masters, kowtowed and apologized. Brother Yunze, why don't you leave first? I'll take care of the rest myself. Qin Feng ignored the people who were kowtowing and looked at Yunze with a smile. Brother Qin Feng is preparing. Yunze frowned slightly but did not say it directly. These people have a grudge against me to begin with, so I will naturally do as you say. You know your limits. The Feng family and Zhang family still have some small influences in Acropolis City. I also do not wish to implicate Brother Yun with this matter. Brother Qin Feng, since I've made my move, I'm not afraid of their retaliation. These uncultured, evil people relied on the power of their family to run amok. Kill them and eliminate them for the common people. Yunze didn't have any intentions of backing down. Qin Feng was moved by this person's righteousness, but he still refused. I appreciate Brother Yun's good intentions. Take this blood vital pill and find a quiet place to eat it. It can help you break through to the 4th level quickly. Qin Feng waved his hand, and a blood-red pill appeared in his palm. The smell of blood in the area was instantly filled with the medicine's fragrance. Yunzhe's expression changed greatly as he stared at the blood-chi pill in Qin Feng's hand with a burning gaze. He clearly knew how precious this pill was. After a long while, Yunzhe finally came back to his senses. Brother Qin, this gift of yours is too valuable. I can't accept it. Yunzhe came from a large family in the capital. He was well aware of the blood-chi pill's effects, but he still refused them. This action caused Qin Feng to be slightly startled, and his impression of Yunzhe multiplied. Brother Yun, there's no need to be courteous. I still have a lot of blood-chi pills with me. Furthermore, with my current strength, I don't need these pills anymore. You can have them. At this time, Qin Feng forcibly stuffed the blood-chi pill into Yunzhe's pocket. Yunzhe hesitated for a good while, but in the end, he still accepted it. Brother Qin, there's no need to thank me. Leave your contact information for me. When I break through to the 4th level, I'll come and find you to reminisce about the past. Qin Feng gave Yunzhe his cell phone number. Yunzhe immediately called him. This is my number, then I'll go first. With the blood-chi pill, Yunzhe was anxious to break through. Qin Feng didn't keep him and wait him leave. After Yunzhe left, Qin Feng turned around and looked at the group lying in the pool of blood. A thick, killing intent emanated from Qin Feng's body. Ancestor Qin, have mercy, have mercy. Grandfather Qin, please don't kill me. Our Zhang family can give you money, a lot of money. If you need any cultivation resources, our Zhang family will do our best to get them for you. Fang Xing and Zhang Hui both felt the murderous aura from Qin Feng's body and knew that Qin Feng was ready to kill. They were so scared that they wanted to pee, so they started to kowtow to Qin Feng with all their might. Qin Feng's killing intent didn't decrease at all. He was determined to kill the two of them because the two of them didn't have good intentions. If they were able to see Lin Bei wanting to take over her today, then maybe tomorrow they would target Bai Qing, Lu Wenjing, Zhao Lingxian, or Li Yuchen. Swoosh! A white light flashed, and just as Fang Xing was about to kowtow, he was sent flying all the way to Zhang Hui. Zhang Hui jumped up in fright. One of his legs was on the ground, and his lower body suddenly felt hot and wet. Damn it! Fuck it! Fuck it! Ancestor Qin, have mercy, don't kill me. I have a secret to tell you. You will definitely like it. Seeing Qin Feng raise his hand slightly, Zhang Hui was so scared that he wanted to poop. Qin Feng waved his hand in the middle and suddenly put it away. What secret? Ancestor Qin, there are too many people here. How about we find a quiet place and I'll tell you immediately? Zhang Hui hurriedly said. Qin Feng raised his hands again with an ice-cold expression. Don't play tricks with me. If you want to stall for time so you can call in reinforcements, then don't waste your time. I'll kill as many people as you call. I dare not dare. I really do have an important secret to share with Ancestor Qin. If others hear about it, it might leak out. Zhang Hui had a sincere expression on his face. From the looks of it, he was not lying. Qin Feng hesitated for a moment, then made a grabbing motion with his hand and pulled Zhang Hui to the booth where Lin Bei was sitting. Chapter 487. Chapter 487. Chapter 487, Qin Zuzong. Acropolis City, Cloud City Hua Manor's first-class mansion. Lu Wenjing had just finished her work and hurried back from the Flying Sky Bar. She parked Qin Feng's cool and dazzling Lamborghini and took the keys back to the villa. Elder sister, you're back? Little Jia has already prepared a sumptuous dinner. Quickly wash your hands and eat. Lu Xiaojia is only 16 years old this year, but she is diligent and capable. The household chores and washing and cooking are not a problem, often evening snacks for her sister to eat. Lu Wenjing washed her hands and sat down in the living room with a smile. On the tea table, there was a plate of freshly baked beef pizza. Little Jia is really getting stronger and stronger. Whoever marries you in the future will truly be blessed for 8 lifetimes. Lu Wenjing patted Lu Xiaojia's head, praising her. Lu Xiaojia was very happy, but her mood suddenly dropped. When she heard her sister say that she was going to marry someone in the future, she unexpectedly thought of Qin Feng first. Lu Xiaojia hadn't seen Qin Feng for over 3 months, and when she heard that something had happened to Qin Feng, she was extremely worried. "Little Jia, what happened to you?" Lu Wenjing asked while eating the delicious pizza. "Sis, I miss big brother Qin Feng." Lu Xiaojia didn't want to hide anything from her sister, so she pouted. Lu Wenjing's heart ached. She put down the pizza and pulled her sister into her embrace. She suddenly laughed. "Little Jia, big sister will tell you some good news." "What good news? Is there any news of big brother Qin Feng?" Lu Xiaojia suddenly became excited. "Yes, not only is there news, but your big brother Qin Feng has already returned to Acropolis. We even met before, but he said he had something very important to do. After he was done, he came over to our house to play with little Jia." "Really? Big brother Qin Feng is fine? Then Xiao Jia will be relieved. But did he have anything important to do? Is it more important than seeing little Jia?" Lu Xiaojia was extremely excited when she found out that Qin Feng was alive and that he had returned safely. However, she quickly started to complain that Qin Feng didn't pay enough attention to her. Lu Wenjing was also speechless at her sister's worry for loss and gain. She carefully took out 2 blood red pills from her pocket. "Elder sister, what kind of sugar is this? Is it sweet?" Lu Xiaojia took a blood vitality pill and swallowed it. Lu Wen was immediately stupefied. He looked at his sister in a daze, not knowing what to say. "Sis, are you dumb? Why do you look so senile? Didn't I just eat a candy from you? Just look at how much money you have. If worst comes to worst, little Jia will pay you back." Lu Xiaojia complained to her sister. The corner of Lu Wenjing's mouth twitched. She truthfully said, 5 million. "What? 5 million? Big sister. You even tricked your own little sister. You don't have to play like this." Lu Xiaojia was scared silly. Lu Wenjing said seriously, "Xiaojia, this is the blood energy pill your big brother Qin Feng gave us each. He said that as long as we ate it, we would become great experts. This pill is very precious. It's really worth 5 million per pill." Hearing Lu Wenjing's explanation, Lu Xiaojia's expression changed and she said unhappily, "Sis, you actually joined up with big brother Qin Feng to trick me. Do you take me to be a child? I wouldn't believe such a childish lie." Lu Xiaojia clearly didn't believe it, but Lu Wenjing believed it because after seeing Long Hair eat the blood chi pill, she followed him. He looked like a different person. Lu Wenjing originally wanted to take out the blood chi pills for her sister to see and tell her that Qin Feng actually cared a lot about her. She didn't think that Lu Xiaojia would directly swallow the blood chi pills. "Xiaojia, how do you feel?" Lu Wenjing carefully asked her sister. "I don't feel anything. Sis, I've already said that I've grown up and that I'm already an aunt. Don't take me for a child. I can get pregnant and give birth now." Lu Wenjing jumped in fright. She immediately patted her sister's head. "Girl, what nonsense are you spouting? Who are you trying to have children with? See if I slap you to death." "Hee, I just want to be with big brother Feng, but big sister definitely won't agree." Lu Xiaojia snickered. Lu Wenjing didn't think much of it. She thought little Jia was just teasing her on purpose. After regaining her senses, Lu Wenjing didn't dare to delay any longer and hurriedly swallowed the blood chi pill in her hands. She didn't know what sort of side effects the blood chi pill would have if she swallowed it, but since her sister did, how could Lu Wenjing not eat it? Either she was safe and sound with her sister, or she died together with her sister. "Sis, it's not your style to eat a 5 million pill like candy." Even now, Lu Xiaojia still couldn't believe it. She looked at her sister with disdain. Lu Wenjing didn't argue with her sister. She focused on feeling the changes in her body. "Xiaojia, do you feel a sudden surge of air in your body? It's so strange running around." Lu Wenjing quickly felt the spirit energy in her body. Lu Xiaojia also felt it, but in order to expose her sister's lie, she stubbornly shook her head. "I don't feel anything at all." "Sis, did you hallucinate?" "Illusion? But that feeling is very strong, little Jia. Do you really feel it?" "No, of course not. Lu Xiaojia didn't even want to bother with this matter any longer. She felt like Big Sis and Big Brother Qinfeng had insulted her intelligence. This sort of small trick was more like fooling a 3-year-old child. Although Lu Xiaojia refused to admit it, the surge of qi inside her body became more and more intense, so much so that she could barely breathe. Lu Xiaojia was also stubborn, and she had been holding it in until now, when suddenly there was a boom from her body, as if something had exploded. Aya, little Jia, why did you fart so loudly? I don't know how you did it in advance, but you scared Big Sister to death. Lu Wenjing was caught off guard and directly jumped in fright. Lu Xiaojia was so scared that she cried and fell into Lu Wenjing's embrace. Woo-woo. Elder sister, I didn't fart. Something exploded in my body. Elder sister, what exactly did you give me to eat? Am I going to die? Why would he die? Little Jia, what happened to you? It was Lu Wenjing's first time consuming a blood qi pill, so she didn't know that her sister's normal reaction was to break through. This would scare Lu Wenjing to death. Boom! Suddenly, an explosion came from Lu Wenjing's body, giving the two sisters a fright. Sis, your body exploded too? It's so strange. Lu Xiaojia slowly came back to her senses. She realized that her body didn't feel painful or uncomfortable after exploding. Instead, she felt like she had been suppressing the pleasure out of nowhere for too long. Could it be? Could this blood qi pills really make a normal person into an expert? Have we broken through? After Lu Wenjing said this, she couldn't believe it. Lu Xiaojia suddenly sprinted across the room. Her speed was at least 3 times faster than before. Sis, look, I'm flying away. Lu Xiaojia shouted excitedly. She felt like she was running with the wind blowing by her ears. Little Jia, what are you doing? Stop. Lu Wenjing saw her sister suddenly run in front of the excellent trophy she had obtained. The trophy was made of bronze, so Lu Xiaojia didn't hesitate to smash it with her fist. Clang! Lu Wenjing wasn't able to stop her sister. She threw out the bronze trophy with a punch, which even had a dent in it. Whoosh! Lu Wenjing was so scared that her eyeballs popped out. She suddenly dodged and discovered that her speed had also increased a lot. In just a few moves, she had grabbed her little sister. Xiaojia, stop for a while. Sis, let me go first. Little Jia suddenly became superhuman. I'm going out to fight bad people, to protect world peace. The pill that Big Brother Qinfeng gave was too amazing. Sis, how long can this pill last for? Lu Xiaojia was dancing with joy. Forever. Wow. That's great. Little Jia really became a superwoman. Lu Xiaojia's voice was hoarse with excitement. The two sisters chased each other around the house for a while. Finally, Lu Xiaojia got tired of playing around and returned to lean on the sofa. Lu Wenjing finally let out a sigh of relief. Sis, I'm so hot. Lu Xiaojia sat for a while, then suddenly tore off her nightgown. The two sisters were wearing night dresses at home, but there was nothing inside. Lu Xiaojia was completely naked. Aya, you're really not ashamed. Quickly put on your clothes. Don't see a cold. Lu Wenjing's heart jumped when she saw her little sister's exquisite and small chest. She found out. He actually felt it. Sis, touch my body. It's not cold at all. Lu Xiaojia suddenly grabbed her sister's hand and pressed it against her chest. Xiaojia, what are you doing? Lu Wenjing's delicate body trembled. Her body felt like it was being electrocuted. A strange idea suddenly popped into her mind. Push down her sister. Sis, hug little Jia. Little Jia wants you to touch me. Lu Xiaojia consumed the blood vitality pill first, and the effects of the herb were already fully felt. Her vision was blurry, and she was already in a state where she was half drunk and half awake. Lu Wenjing's eyelids also felt a little tired. Her thoughts blended together, and the reason she was supposed to have slowly disappeared. Lu Wenjing gently tore off her clothes and suddenly hugged her little sister. Her mouth uncontrollably stuck to hers, kissing every inch of her little sister's skin. Sis, I want to be with you forever. Xiaojia, elder sister can't leave you either. Elder sister has to hug you tightly. Half an hour later, The medicinal properties of the two sisters had dissipated, and the two girls woke up from their stupor. Looking at the other party's naked body, the sofa, messy hair, and their ambiguous posture, the two sisters let out a piercing cry. "Ah, little Jia, what are you doing?" "Sis, you actually bullied little Jia." "Woo woo woo. If Big Brother Feng knew about this, even little Jia would not have the face to live." Chapter 488. Chapter 488. Chapter 488 Love. Yunze received the blood chi pills that Qin Feng gave him and immediately ran back to his villa in Acropolis City. After an hour of cultivation, Yunze successfully broke through to stage 4 inner chi. Whether it was the inner or outer sect cultivation, the fourth layer was a feng shui ridge. Yunzish had already been at the peak of the third layer for more than a year. He really wanted to break through the bottleneck earlier and enter the fourth layer. Now that he had successfully broken through, Yunze's strength had increased tremendously. He was so excited that he wanted to shout out twice. "Sis, I've broken through." Yunze's happiness had to be shared with someone, so he immediately called his sister who was far away in the capital. "Really? He broke through to the fourth level?" A pleasant voice came over the phone, filled with pleasant surprise and gratification. "Yes, I broke through to the fourth level. Thanks to a big brother I know today. He gave me a blood vitality pill, and I broke through directly." Yunze explained what happened. "That's great, little Zay. When you have time, you must thank that person well. If he is also from Acropolis, you can all be friends and help each other." Sister Yunze sounded very excited, obviously proud of her younger brother. One had to know that Yunze was only 20 years old. In the entire capital, very few of his peers had been able to reach this height, having broken through to the fourth level. At the same time, Yun Zhao's elder sister had a trace of doubt in her heart. She knew just how precious the blood chi pill was. She couldn't understand how that person could give her little brother such a precious pill the first time they met. "Sis, I'm already at the fourth level of the inner palace, and I can rely on my own strength to compete for the position of young patriarch in the Yun family's young patriarch gathering." "Sis, I'm already at the fourth level of the inner palace, and can rely on my own strength to fight for the position of young patriarch in the Yun family's assembly of patriarchs," Yunze suddenly said. Yunze's older sister was none other than Qin Feng's beautiful teacher, Yun Xiao. Of course, she didn't want to become the product of the family's marriage. She wanted to pursue her own happiness. Ever since she was married to Qin Feng at the Flying Sky Bar, Yun Xiao would often think of Qin Feng, but Yun Xiao couldn't ruin her younger brother's future because of her happiness. She knew that besides the candidate's personal strength, what she was interested in was the power and connections the candidate could garner. Even if Yunze was powerful and didn't have the support of any family, he still wouldn't be able to be elected as the young patriarch. The power behind this would need Yun Xiao to form connections with his little brother through their marriage. "Little Zay, you are very good. Big sister is proud of you. You can peacefully stay in Acropolis City to develop. Big sister is fine. I'm already looking for a new marriage family. This time I'll help you find a strong family as your backer. I'll definitely let you take the position of the junior family head." After Yun Xiao said this, she took the initiative to hang up the phone. She knew that her brother would still try to persuade her, but Yun Xiao had already made up her mind and didn't want to say any more. As the night fell, the stars in the sky became vast. Yun Xiao and Yunze both looked at the distant sky. Yun Xiao was looking at the location of the Acropolis City, while Yunze was looking at the direction of the capital. "Little Zay, I wish you good luck. Qin Feng, do you still remember me?" "Sis, I will quickly make myself grow up. If you don't want to be forced to marry, I definitely won't let anyone force you." In the private room of the royal clubhouse, Qin Feng hugged Lin Beibei and sat on one side, while Zhang Hui sat on the other side. Zhang Hui and Fang Xing were arrogant and despotic in front. Lin Beibei was still a bit scared when she saw Zhang Hui. She hugged Qin Feng tightly. He buried his head in Qin Feng's embrace and didn't look at Zhang Hui. "Sister-in-law, please forgive my offense." Zhang Hui first accompanied Lin Beibei. then looked at Qin Feng respectfully and said, "Ancestor Qin, please don't kill me. I really don't dare to oppose you anymore." "Cut the crap. Are you thinking that your secret is worth it? Hurry up and say it." Qin Feng glanced coldly at Zhang Hui. Zhang Hui did not dare to hesitate and quickly said, "Qin Zhu, the situation in Acropolis City has changed greatly. The four great families have been replaced, and the Acropolis City's Feng family, Zhang family, and the previous Zhou and Gao families are the four great families." Qin Feng hadn't returned to Acropolis City in a long time, so he wasn't too sure about the current situation. At this time, he asked, "The Zhou family is Zhou Kai's Zhou family?" "Yes. This Zhou family is also very strange." Previously, Zhou family's old man had announced that he was withdrawing from the four great families and had started to keep a low profile. Who would have thought that this time, the Acropolis City would fall into chaos and their Zhou family would come back? Zhang Hui didn't know that Qin Feng had suppressed the Zhou family, so he felt that it was normal. However, Qin Feng was very clear that it was precisely because Zhou Kai wanted to violate Rao Sherman that he was killed by the spirit-cleansing necklace she wore. Later on, Qin Feng negotiated with the Zhou family's people and forced the Zhou family's old man to withdraw from the ranks of the four great families. Their withdrawal was due to the suppression from the Qin residents, and now that the Qin residents had collapsed, the Zhou family naturally became restless and returned to the ranks of the four great families. The Zhou family's attitude was the same as Fang Xing and Zhang Hui's family. They were afraid of the Qin Manor earlier, so once Qin Manor collapsed, they wouldn't be able to hide their ambitions. "What's that Gao family thing?" Qin Feng continued to ask. "This is the previous 5 small families' Gao family. The younger generation that the Gao family focused their efforts on cultivating is called Gao Hu. Ancestor Qin should have heard of this, right?" Zhang Hui said. After hearing about Gao Hu, Qin Feng remembered that he and Liu had met with Gao Hu earlier, caused trouble, and played basketball together. At that time, Sima Tu had also arrived. At that time, Sima Tu wanted to use Blue Wing no dual-bladed Yin to attack Qin Feng. In the end, Qin Feng used Gao Hu's name to assault his woman, Lu Wenjing, and beat Gao Hu up. Gao Hu was beaten half to death, but the Gao family didn't even dare fart. Qin Feng understood the new families in Acropolis City. They were all the families that Qin Feng had suppressed before. Keep talking. Seeing that Qin Feng seemed to be interested in his own secrets, Zhang Hui's worried heart slowly relaxed as he continued. Although the Acropolis City's 4 great clans have appeared, their positions are not stable. Other than the Zhou family, which was originally one of the 4 great families, the other 3 clans climbed up from the 5 great families. Our Zhang clan and the Fang clan allied together before slowly gaining a foothold. We originally thought that our clan would stabilize and develop, becoming even more glorious. Unexpectedly, a week ago, a mysterious black-clothed man found our 2 clans, changing their fates completely. After Zhang Hui said this, his expression suddenly became dejected. Even Qin Feng became interested when he heard this. He hurriedly asked, "Who is that mysterious black-clothed person? What kind of background? What did he say to your family?" "I don't know his true identity, not even my grandfather, but his strength is very strong. He even said that he came from a large clan in the capital, and that he threatened our Zhang clan and the Fang clan to listen to his arrangements, or else our 2 clans would be exterminated." Zhang Hui had a face full of fear. From that mysterious person's appearance, just mentioning that person caused Zhang Hui to tremble violently. "What does he want your family to do?" Qin Feng asked. "Kill you," Zhang Hui said. "Kill me?" Qin Feng was shocked. So this man in black was after him. How did he know I was coming back? That I am not sure. That man in black told us 2 great families to guard the Sima family's territory. The moment they discover you, inform them and we will attack you together. The black-clothed man has also given us a promise. As long as we can see you, he will help us, the 2 great clans, unite Acropolis City and kill off our other opponents. We thought that the Qin clan would be destroyed and would be easy to deal with, so we agreed to deal with him. Zhang Hui sighed. Although he didn't finish speaking, Qin Feng's heart was clear. They didn't think that he had become so amazing. He was regretting offending them. Is what you said true? How can I trust you? Qin Feng's expression turned cold, and a thick, killing intent exploded from his body. Zhang Hui was frightened to the point of trembling, and quickly begged for mercy. Qin Zhu, if I say even half a word of lie, then it will be like thunder striking the sky. Our Zhang family is also forced by that black-clothed man. Although he says that he will help us reunite Acropolis City's forces on the surface, but even I can see that our Zhang family is completely reduced to the role of that black-clothed man. He is only borrowing our Zhang family's power to indirectly control the Acropolis City. Our Zhang family appears to be brilliant, but isn't he just a dog? Zhang Hui displayed an expression of unwillingness and anger. Qin Feng had been paying attention to his expression the entire time, but it didn't seem like he was pretending. Little pig, if my 5 poison needles were to pierce this kid, how long would it take for him to die? Qin Feng still couldn't completely trust Zhang Hui. He had to give this guy some restraints. It won't take too long, probably 10 seconds. Yes. Qin Feng's mouth tweaked. He thought to himself, this Zhang Hui is too trashy. He died in 10 seconds. The Yin and Yang elders got the 5 poison needles, but they're still holding on and returning to the sect to treat him. Master, the 2 Yin Yang elders came from the poison sect, and they grew up in a vat of poison. They also know how to detoxify poisons. This brat doesn't even know a fart. How can he be on par with those 2 old monsters? In fact, if an ordinary person were to be poisoned by the 5 poison needles, they would die within 5 seconds. This brat is at least an inner level 2 warrior, which is why he was able to last for 10 seconds. Little Pig explained. Only now did Qin Feng realize that his 5 poison needles were incredibly powerful. If the 5 poison needles were like the wind blades and could shoot out endlessly, then Qin Feng would treat them like chickens when facing a group of experts on the 6th floor. Oh no, kill them like chickens. But I don't want him to die too quickly right now. Is there anything I can do? Qin Feng was a bit worried. He felt that the 5 poisons needle was too powerful, so he wanted it to be less powerful. Then Master can just directly stab that brat with a needle. The poison will be very small this way, and it will only take effect once every half-month. By then, Master can have him take out the antidote once every half-month and control him. Yes. Qin Feng suddenly didn't understand. Would it take more than 10 seconds to stab him? Master, the 5 poisons needle requires the activation of qi in order to release all the poison concealed within the needle. If you are only normally stabbing someone with your needle, then the strong poison within the needle will not enter the other party's body. It is just that the poison powder on the surface of the needle is absorbed, so the poison powder is not very potent, and it will not die that quickly. Chapter 489. Chapter 489. Chapter 489. Important Secrets. Little Pig explained in detail, and Qin Feng completely understood. Ancestor Qin, please spare me. What I said was the truth. Why are you still trying to kill me? Zhang Hui suddenly jumped up and begged Qin Feng for mercy in shock. It scared Lin Bei Bei. Qin Feng calmly sat on the sofa, lightly patting Lin Bei Bei's back to comfort her. At the same time, he glared at Zhang Hui and scolded. Who wants to kill you? You sit down. Isn't it just stabbing you with a needle? It's like biting a mosquito. You're so scared. After knowing the reason, Zhang Hui felt embarrassed. He smiled apologetically at Qin Feng and nodded. What Ancestor Qin taught me is true. However, why did he prick me with needles? This is a poisonous needle. You are now poisoned. This poison is colorless and tasteless. It flares up once every half-month. When it flares up, it starts to rot. Then it spreads throughout your body. Within 10 minutes, you will be turned from a living person to a rotting corpse. Qin Feng said casually, as if he didn't care about this at all. Zhang Hui was so scared that his hair stood on end. He kneeled down and said, Ancestor Qin, since this poison is this strong, why are you still stabbing me? I beg Ancestor Qin to give me the antidote. Wanting the antidote is very simple. Follow me wholeheartedly and help me investigate the actions and plans of that black-clothed person. As long as your performance is outstanding, you will have the antidote." Qin Feng laughed evilly. Zhang Hui was regretting working with Qin Feng. This person was no better than the black-clothed man. The two of them were sinister and merciless demons that ate people without spitting out their bones. But things had already gotten to this point, and Zhang Hui didn't dare to betray Qin Feng anymore. If he did, he wouldn't even know how he died. "Thank you, Ancestor Qin, for giving me such a difficult trial. This is my honor. Rest assured, Patriarch Qin. When I return, I will definitely use all my strength to find out the background and repay Ancestor Qin for not killing me." Zhang Hui had an expression of sincere gratitude, as if Qin Feng stabbing him with a poisonous needle was the greatest honor of his life. Lin Bei couldn't stand it any longer. She pouted and complained, "Qin Feng, it looks like I was wrong to blame you before. No wonder you were so vulgar and loved acting. The people around you are all like this, and they've even led you astray. Bei is right. It's all because of these bastards that a great youth like me went astray." Qin Feng glared at Zhang Hui with hatred. Zhang Hui wanted to cry, but there were no tears. The other rich and young masters had learned this from Qin Feng. "All right, you can go back now. How are you going to explain this to the family?" Qin Feng looked at Zhang Hui. "Ancestor Qin, I'll report this as a matter of fact. I said that you suddenly appeared and caused trouble for Fang Xing and me, and then both sides went to war. With your great strength, you killed the bodyguards and Fang Xing, and I continued to play dead on the ground. So the mastermind would believe it?" Qin Feng was a bit doubtful. "Ancestor Qin, who would cut off a leg just to lie and deceive people?" Zhang Hui looked depressed. "You're right. Then hurry up and get the hell out of here. If you find anything, report it to me in time." Qin Feng waved his hand and a dozen or so flashes of white light appeared. The struggling bodyguard on the ground breathed his last in the next second. Zhang Hui was so scared that his body was trembling. He immediately used his remaining leg to leave the royal clubhouse. "What is it? Scared?" Qin Feng looked at the shivering Lin Bei in his embrace and felt the pain in his heart as he caressed her pretty face. Lin Bei shook her head. "Qin Feng, let's leave this place first." "All right." Qin Feng also knew the ring. The situation was too bloody. He carried Lin Bei, and in a few moments, they arrived at the entrance. As they walked down the street and breathed in the fresh air, Lin Bei felt as if she had been reborn. "Bei, I'll send you back to the hospital." Qin Feng hugged Lin Bei's small waist. "Then where will you sleep tonight?" "I'll just find a random hotel to stay in. You don't have to worry about me." There were only 2 beds in the intensive care unit. One Lin Bei slept, and the other Lin Mu slept. Even if Qin Feng could squeeze into the same bed as Lin Bei, with Mother Lin there, the two of them felt a bit embarrassed. If he thought about how Qin Feng was going to sleep alone tonight, would he be lonely? Lin Bei suddenly felt a little uncomfortable. "How about, I'll go get a room with you? Then Auntie will be worried, right?" After hearing Lin Bei's suggestion, Qin Feng's heart suddenly became excited. He had just been in bed with Lin Bei, and considering that it was the first time Lin Bei had woken up, Qin Feng hastily finished without finishing his work. If the two were to stay together tonight, Qin Feng would have to spend the night with her. "Then, I'll call my mother and ask for her opinion first. If she doesn't agree, then I can't do anything about it." Lin Bei shyly took the phone and ran to a corner where no one was and made a call. "Bibi, are you having fun?" As soon as the call connected, Mother Lin laughed happily. Now that her daughter had woken up and her son-in-law had returned safely, Mother Lin would wake up laughing even in her dreams. "Mom, we had a good time. I might be living outside with Qin Feng tonight. Is that okay?" Although she had grown up, she was still very shy when she said these kinds of words to her mother. The other end of the phone went blank for a moment, and then Mother Lin laughed. "Haha, Bei, you've grown up too. You decide these things yourself. Since you promised Qin Feng, you feel like you'll have to entrust your entire life to him." Seeing that her mother had agreed, Lin Bei let out a sigh of relief. Mom, then I won't go back tonight. All right. Oh yeah, you guys should be doing it for the first time. Remember to make sure Qin Feng does not get pregnant. Mother Lin suddenly yelled anxiously into the phone, causing Lin Bei to be so shocked that she almost threw her phone away. How is it? Does Auntie agree? Seeing Lin Bei finish her call and walk back, Qin Feng asked her with a smile. We, go get a room. Lin Bei shyly took Qin Feng's arm. The two happily walked down the street for a bit, then went to the Royal Hotel and got a room. They arrived at the door of the 886 presidential suite on the top floor, and the door to room 888, which Qin Feng used to stay in, opened. Seeing Qin Feng hold Lin Bei's hand, Han Ying jumped in fright. Director Han, you usually do too many things that cause you to be so shocked, right? When he saw Han Ying, Qin Feng's heart was filled with rage. Originally, when he came back, he didn't hate Han Ying as much as he did before. However, after hearing about Han Ying's bad deeds from Fang Xing at the royal clubhouse, Qin Feng somehow became angry. Oh, it's Qin Feng. Han Ying didn't think that Qin Feng would take the initiative to greet her. Her emotions were mixed at the moment, and she was stunned for a good while before calming down. She pretended to be calm as she replied to Qin Feng. Humph, I've only been gone for 3 months. Does Director Han not recognize me anymore? Don't tell me you think I'm dead? Qin Feng was very angry at Han Ying's performance. He felt that Han Ying was as calm as if she had seen a passerby when she saw him. Hee. Young Master Qin, you have so much fame. There are countless women around you. A woman like me shouldn't enter your eyes, right? I still have things to attend to, so I'll be leaving first. Han Ying felt a slight stabbing pain in her heart. When she saw Qin Feng hug Lin Bei dotingly, the taste was indescribable. She wanted to quickly leave this place so that she wouldn't be unable to hold back from crying, which would be embarrassing. Just as Han Ying walked out, her hand was suddenly grabbed by someone. Qin Feng pulled her forcefully and forcefully pulled her into his embrace. Director Han, you're wrong. What do you think I, young Master Qin, am? I've already taken a fancy to you. I don't know if you can accompany me for one night, so just name your price. Qin Feng held Lin Bei with one hand and unrestrainedly squeezed Han Ying's full chest with the other. This scene shocked Lin Bei and infuriated Han Ying. Qin Feng, let go of me. What kind of woman do you think I am? I'm not letting you go. Qin Feng's hand slid down and directly entered Han Ying's dress. Who are you? Don't you know it yourself? What's more, this young master has never slept with you before. What are you pretending for? Han Ying's outer appearance was coquettish, but her heart was always the same. Ever since Qin Feng took over her body, she never let other men touch her again, and even some clients discussed business with her. When they met a male CEO who had intentions towards her, Han Ying would decisively cancel the collaboration. She had been protecting her body and heart the entire time in order to wait for Qin Feng to come back. Don't touch me. Han Ying suddenly exploded. Who knew where she got the strength, but she pushed Qin Feng away and quickly ran away on her high heels. Qin Feng was slightly stunned, but quickly recovered. He thought about his previous actions and felt a bit regretful. He wanted to chase after her and say a few words to Han Ying, but she had already entered the elevator and went downstairs. Qin Feng, why are you doing this to her? Lin Bei looked nervously at Qin Feng. She knew Han Ying. Previously, Qin Feng had arranged for Lin Bei to stay at the Royal Hotel, but had only met her a few times. In his impression, how did the ambiguous relationship between Qin Feng and Han Ying become like this? Lin Bei couldn't help but worry. Did Qin Feng get tired of Han Ying? Then would he end up like Han Ying? She betrayed me. Qin Feng sighed and hugged Lin Bei as he entered the room. Lin Bei widened her eyes. She had thought that Han Ying's betrayal was due to her body. Lin Bei thought that she would definitely not do such a thing and relaxed. Qin Feng, don't be sad. I promise I won't go off the rails. Don't worry. After entering the room, Lin Bei was pulled onto the bed. At this time, she took the initiative to climb onto Qin Feng's body and solemnly swore an oath. Qin Feng was stunned. Bei, why did you suddenly say this? It's nothing, you just need to know. Lin Bei didn't mind and looked stupidly at Qin Feng. That pair of beautiful eyes that were as clear as water was too alluring. With a flip of his body, Qin Feng pressed down Lin Bei. His large hands madly tore off Lin Bei's pink qipao. This time, although Lin Bei was trying her best to cooperate with Qin Feng, he discovered that Lin Bei wasn't as wild as she was on the hospital bed. However, Qin Feng didn't think too much about it and thought that Lin Bei was tired. The two battled until the latter half of the night. Only when Qin Feng's heart ached for Lin Bei did he let her rest. Qin Feng had just finished and was full of energy. He sat on the bed and thought about the black-clothed man who controlled the Feng and Zhang families. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.